Rudy.
I'm dancing to no music.
Oh. It says upcoming, waiting for Horror's Ball.
Can you see it? No? I'm live.
There.
Yeah, there'll be a delay. It's got the... So if I swear, Sam, you have to cut out the swear word.
Gotcha.
Delay button.
What's up, y'all? No one's here, but I'll just say hello.
So, okay.
No one's here, but I'll just say hello. You gotta turn your volume down.
I'm muting.
It's like when someone calls on the radio. Looks good, right?
Yep.
I'm muting.
Number one.
Wait, on your phone you can see the sign, right?
I can see it on
Oh,
here
not
too.
on here. That's cool.
I see it.
So does it look good?
Mm-hmm.
Looks better.
Someone said, "What up, my friend?"
Alex.
What up, Alex? Is that Alex?
Alex Rinaldi. I don't know what Alex you're talking about.
Hope's Alex.
Hope's Alex?
What's his last
No.
name?
Not Rinaldi.
Hi, Alex. We are live, everybody. Live at Nightmare Video. Saturday night. Where would you rather be? This is either the coolest place to be on a Saturday night or the lamest.
We need music. It's too quiet.
Yeah, throw a little
Lifescapes?
like some synthwave or something. Put some give me some Drive Majesty or something. You can have it on real quiet in the background.
I gotta get off of here then. I don't have Spotify on my computer.
I'm just waiting a few minutes, everybody, or Alex, whoever's here. We have this big control room. So in the control room tonight, we have my better half, Shelly, and we have our friend S to the A to the double MY.
Hello?
Have you ever been called Sammy? Probably don't
Yes.
like that, right?
No. It's fine. by
It's
me.
Sam.
Sam.
Samsung?
Yes.
All right.
Samsonite?
Can you? It'd be tough for you to listen to it. That can't be too loud.
No, I want it quiet anyways.
No, I know. So I don't even know if that registers. So what is up, y'all? If you watch this either now or later on syndication, thanks for joining us. I did do this. It was probably a couple months ago, and the lighting was really shitty, so I deleted it. So I know a few of you were there for that. So I apologize. I am going to show a few of those movies again, not all of them, of course, because we'd be here till next week. But so if you were at that one, or if you watched that one, you will see some reruns. And of course, the fact that many of you do this every month, because you apparently have a better job than I do. You'll geez, you're just showing that now. I watched someone show that like 3 months ago, so of course there's going to be stuff. This is literally stuff that we've gotten since like March and stuff. So, but there's some goodies in here that I'm sure other people haven't shown. That's unique to my collection. So our collection, sorry. Oh, I just made the camera shake.
Don't touch the table.
Can't touch it too. So I have a beer, of course. Happy September 2nd, everybody.
Woo!
So in this house, this is like the prelude to the best month of the year. And I don't drink pumpkin beers until, unlike Shelly, who will have one in May.
June. I think I had one in June.
You would have one in April if you could get one.
I know they make
I
them
would.
So I wait till September 1st, but this is to me the best pumpkin beer. How's that look on you guys? Nice and clear. Good. Pumpkin from Southern Tier, from our old, where we used to reside, or at least near there, Western New York. My favorite pumpkin beer, and this is my first pumpkin of the season. So everybody, whatever you're drinking, whether it be water, chalky milk, which would be awesome.
Not a sponsor.
White Claw, God forbid. Orange juice, whatever, coffee, semen. Showers, everybody. 'Tis the season. All right, I'm gonna there's someone I like watching the videos. Terror for Tom. If you probably watch him, but if you don't, give him a look up. I like how he does his updates. He'll do like he'll start with, I believe, horror soundtracks on vinyl, and then he'll do VHS tapes, and then he'll get into his Blu-rays and DVDs. So I'm gonna take his style and borrow it, and do it that way. There's not much. There's only a couple tapes and just a couple of records, but I figure I'll go that route. I didn't want to show this. If any of you, I'm sure all of you out there are big fans, but Orbit DVD, they're out of, I believe, North Carolina. But you get, for any of you who order from them already know, their shipping is just like ridiculously fast. Like, they'll ship it before I even know what I'm ordering. I don't know how that does it. It's witchcraft. They sent this, they included this last order. It's a barf bag, which I thought was really cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. It says Orbit, barf bag. Super cool. I just thought that was appreciative of those little freebies in there. It says for use when viewing. I can't read the, what's that fine print, Shelly? My eyes are bad.
For use when viewing, note, this bag is intended for one-time use only.
That's funny.
Please do not overfill.
That's funny.
Oh.
So please, people, don't overfill your barf bags. This is a small one too, so. Anyway, I thought that was cool. Yeah, a little bit of everything here. Again, it's some things many of you have already seen people show off, but I'm sure there's plenty that there isn't, since I buy from all over the world. I just have to say, this is like, as you guys all know, when I hear someone say like physical media is dead, and then like, on the grand scheme of things, your average person, of course, but you know, horror fans obviously aren't average people, and like, it's just looking at like these stacks, it's just ridiculous, like where we are with physical media and how it's up and shaking. Is that an earthquake? You guys all right?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I don't know what the
Good.
Richter scale. You guys cool? I think we had our first
I think
earthquake
we're okay.
and the
Our
fucking
first tremor.
climate change, man. Bullshit. So yeah, so if you guys see me shake, apparently we're in the middle. We're on a fault line now, our new house.
Oh my god.
No, but just as you guys know, it's just ridiculous. We're just in absolutely euphoria right now with physical media collecting, particularly for horror or genre films in general. But the cool thing I was thinking about it's just cool that like we are the caveat in this, in how much they're thriving, because if we don't buy this stuff, obviously we want to be able to get all these amazing additions. So we're basically controlling this. So as long as all of us losers keep spending our hard-earned cash on this stuff, they'll keep trying to restore these lost gems, or putting out the 800th edition of Halloween. And as long as we keep buying it, we'll be happy. And I just think it's cool that we're essentially maintaining this level of excitement and quality and the vast output that all these labels are putting out. It's just an awesome time to be a collector, particularly of the genre we love, horror. So Charles again, everybody. I'm rambling as always. But...
Johnny Berteau said, "What's up, bro?"
What up, Johnny? Yeah, Shelly's gonna please comment, continue it. She's running the board. Sam's more like doing the technical stuff if a little fire starts or something, or if one of these earthquakes get a little too
Security.
Yeah,
he's running security.
He'll be running. He'll be doing some coffee runs, and we need some weed or something. I don't know. Well, Shelly will be reading the comments. So make them spicy. And
I'm like Ron Burgundy. I'll read whatever you put in the comments.
Mhm.
Good to see you, Tom. Everyone is art. Said
Everyone's
that.
are. What's up? All right, now I'll finally get started. So again, go check out Terror for Tom, his channel. He does a little bit. I mean, he must have a great job. I never asked him, but he's also a very talented like sculptor. So he'll do a lot of he'll sculpt. I think he did this one. I'll grab it right here. This is George Eastman from Anthropophagus. He actually sculpted that, and then he sends it out to the replicator, who then, you know, I don't know the scientific process of this, but they harden it. And but anyway, he's an awesome sculptor and big time collector, and I'm gonna do it the way he does it. So, and I don't do this often, so who knows when I'd like to do another one of these in October for Halloween, but this is basically for 2023. So we'll start with a few scores. Curtains. This is a Canadian horror film. I would assume you're familiar with it. If not, please check it out. It has one of my all-time favorite masks in a film. This old woman mask. Boy, is that a scene, right, Shelley?
Mm-hmm.
She starts skating on ice skates towards somebody with this mask on. Fucking crazy. Anyway, in typical Canuck fashion, they just do a great job with horror films traditionally throughout the years. Look at this skateboard.
Wow.
So cool. I'm gonna see that.
Awesome.
And in the back, good. There's a creepy doll. It's got everything. Creepy doll, creepy mask. Canadians. That can be creepy in its own right. That's for you, Moose. I'm just kidding. I love you all. I love hockey, so don't. Look at this. Look at that.
Whoa.
Us vinyl collectors love our colors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, can't wait. We're in the process of we're record player list right now, which sucks. First time since I was probably 12 years old at it, and well, maybe 13 that I have a record player. But we can't get our setup because we're spending all our fucking money on movies and records that we can't play. The Sentinel, great 70s horror films from any. You ever see this, Sam?
No,
Oh man.
neither.
What's his name? Chris Sarandon. He's got a nice grape stash in this film. Great 70s creeper atmosphere. Takes place in the apartment building. Satanic, just awesome film. And great artwork. I don't know who did this artwork, but it's fantastic. And another great gatefold, if you guys can see
Whoa.
that. They actually included a poster of this artwork, so that's amazing.
It's like comic book.
Yeah, it's kind of comic book style. You can see that kind of coming up yellow because of all these
Yeah,
colors
is it, like,
here in Nightmare
greenish?
Video, but it's actually more, I guess,
Gold.
I don't know. Yeah, it's tough to find. Anyway, this is by, I didn't say what the last one was by. This is by probably Waxwork. Yeah, Waxwork, and this is by Waxwork. Surprise, surprise. This one's really close because you rarely see like independent films get like vinyl releases. It's occasionally, but it's rare. So this is Tin Man. This was nominated for Best Indie at my awards last year. If you're new to the channel, I do an award show every year for the last 11 years. So go back in the videos and check out called the Golden Horn Awards. It's the Academy Awards for horror. And anyway, this is Tin Man. This director did another great one called The Crescent, which won Best Low Budget a couple years previous. So I love seeing when, you know, the evolution of a director as they just gain, their talent rises and they gain wisdom and end up doing better than the film they did for them. Anyway, this is an awesome sci-fi horror film called Tin Can. Score is great, very synth-driven, creepy, some good low-end stuff, great practical effects. So this, for you physical collectors, which is, I assume is why you're watching in the first place, the Blu-ray is available for Tin Can, but also this awesome score, which is really cool. I think the cool thing is the director did all the music too, which is awesome. So super talented guy. Seth Smith, I believe his name is. This looks like the exact color as the last one I showed.
No, this looks more
Does it look
yellow,
different? It looks
yeah.
all the same to me.
It's less opaque.
That was the name of this variant. The less
Less
opaque.
opaque.
So yeah, if you love indie horror and if you happen to have seen this, I'm like assuming that you haven't, but Tin Can, awesome. You can get the Blu-ray and the score. I think you get them both at the same spot on, I don't know if it was on a Bandcamp or not, I don't remember. Google it. And 80s horror. No, this 80s or early 90s. This is 80s. End of the 80s, I believe. Waxwork, awesome film. Sequel is really good too. So look at this, guys. It's like, look at this. Look at that.
It's amazing.
That is this
Is
adorable.
that a shunting?
That is not a shunt.
Oh.
It's shunt-esque.
Yeah.
You ever seen this one, Sam?
No.
Really fun. It's got this adorable, this little guy.
I
Here.
love
Can I
it.
call him a little guy?
Looks like a ventriloquist.
He's not he's a real person.
That's a real
He's no
person.
dummy. The funny thing is, every time he bows in this movie and it makes a. I wish I could do that. So,
It's amazing.
there's a gatefold, of course, on this. If I can open it. Look at that. Sweaty
Oh man.
people.
Tag yourself.
Tag myself because am I sweating?
No.
Oh, look at this, guys.
Whoa.
Wow.
That fits right in the Nightmare Video here.
Yeah, it does.
This is, God, I didn't tell, the last record was just, I think, I don't know if the label actually put it out. Label Obscura, it's called, and this was TerraVision, which are if you're into collecting, you know, they're one of the new purveyors of physical media. They do records, they do cassette tape, they do scores on cassette, and they just started doing Blu-rays, I don't know, earlier in the year. So they're doing an awesome job, and we are supporting them. And surprisingly, Waxwork wasn't made by Waxwork Records.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
I guess it worked out in the end.
Someone comment, can you hear the music in the background at all? Like, is it worth keeping on? I'm asking a direct question too. Alex, is it worth leaving this music on?
Everyone is art. Johnny Berto.
Johnny,
What do you think?
Can you hear the music?
Grateful Black.
Is it worth leaving it on?
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Sam says it's good. But
We hear it fine, but
I mean,
you know,
if it's
is
like
it coming across?
he said, kinda. So why don't you turn it up a little bit and then
I just don't want it to.
who's
obscure.
who not too
Not
loud.
too loud,
Everyone is art. How is this right now? Can you everyone be quiet?
It's nice.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Everyone be quiet.
Please, quiet. Everyone settle down.
Tin Can is on Bandcamp.
Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about, Sam. We have confirmed offset that you can get Tin Can Blu-ray and the vinyl on Bandcamp. These guys, if you love like sci-fi, tinged horror, it's fucking awesome. Great, awesome practical effects. Again, obviously the score is cool. Mostly one setting, kind of claustrophobic. So it looks way better than I'm sure the budget was. So and it was nominated in my awards last year, Best Indie. So, all right, sounds a bit tinny. Well, I mean, I'm not.
From my phone.
I'm not asking for the quality of it. I mean, you know.
I just don't like the dead silence in the
Yeah,
background.
I just wanted you guys kind of feel the vibes. We got the nice 80s colors here in Nightmare Video, so I figured Drab Majesty would be nice. All right, that's it for the records. On to the VHS tapes. All right, we are a video store. This is cool. So our kind of theory with what we do, we're not like one of those people that like you got to get everything on VHS. We just kind of pick our spots. We have a couple shelves. We have a lot of room on the one end because I usually don't buy big boxes. These are big box here. The other side has like the regular old school, so you can actually fit quite a bit on this shelf. So we got a ways to go before we fill it. But anyway, so we kind of just do a mix of kind of like, you know, classic films that we love, but also I like to get ones that I try to simulate. Hence the reason we have this store set up. But I like when we come down here to like kind of feel like we're obviously nostalgia based, but we're like going in for the first time, and so I kind of want to keep that when we're buying VHS. Maybe so artwork is important, something that would have attracted me visually. So it's kind of a mix of like classics, but also, you know, wow, this artwork's great. Maybe the film isn't the best, but it's got this great artwork. And also there are a handful of films that I've never seen that I found. This is an example of that. Look at this. And titles are big too, because that's something when you're younger, you go into the store and be like, you know, Blood-Sucking Freaks, or I Spit on Your Grave, like something. Look at this title, guys. Cardiac Arrest. How cool is that? Now that's like, to me, this is epitomizes what I was just talking about, of having this on the shelf. And if you went into a store and you saw this, whether you're 6 years old or, you know, an old man like me, I would be attracted to this. Ridiculous title, great cover art, obviously a horror film, and I've never seen it before.
What is the tagline in the front?
The tagline is, some killers want more than just your life. I don't even know what that means.
They want your heart.
They want your heart too? You kind of need your heart to live, so I don't know.
They need that trophy.
Are they trying to be funny?
I guess.
Anyway, so this was from, I want to say this is late 1979. So yeah, I'm excited. Never seen. I checked the trailer out. It looked, I guess, what you would expect. But yeah, I'm excited. So it's just cool. Like at some point, we'll watch this probably down here on the TV, and so it kind of, in this case, it checked all the marks with, you know, awesome title, awesome cover art, and the fact that I've never seen it before. This one.
Everyone is there. I had a question. Have you heard Turnover Peripheral Vision? It might be a band because it was when I started
Oh,
the music.
I was gonna say, are we talking about like
Turn over.
is this like an
peripheral
illness,
vision.
psychosis? Is this a
Yeah.
film? Is this a band? I haven't heard of anything related to that, so no. All right, here's a film I do love from '86, just called The Demon. Nice and simple. Look at that artwork, though. You guys see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Does it look good?
Mhm.
Love this artwork. Has Cameron Mitchell in it, who's always entertaining. This is one of those films, like I'd say the first, really 3/4 of the movie, kind of dull, but I love the final act. This girl right here, this attractive lady, running around in her underwear at the end through a house. It's kind of like, I don't know how I would describe this movie. I guess it's kind of a slasher, but not in the traditional sense. And the end, she's basically stalked through this house for like a good 20-25 minutes, and it's superbly executed. She's like going through the ceiling trying to hide. It's like really well done. I don't think that's done enough. They call it the stalk and slash, where it's always kind of just like the kill but not enough foreplay. I'll say it that way. Analogy, sexual analogy, which I like to do. There's a lot of foreplay at the end of this movie. So anyway, I love this. I honestly didn't even know this cover art existed until I was looking at tape. So happy to have The Demon on the shelf. Super cool, kind of dull, atmospheric 70s, but the final act is, I love the final act. All right, that's it for the tapes, just two, and we'll get on to this massive stack of Blu-rays and DVDs. Let me know, Shelly, a comment of note, not that it has to be poetry or anything, but. All right, from Vinegar Syndrome, 9 Women for the Killer. I'm sure you could guess what kind of subgenre this is. This is a giallo. This was the first time watched, and Shelly and you and I watched it that one night. This was really cool. Great artwork. One of the kind of like lesser known giallo, no major director did this. Stelvio Massi, I don't even know who that is. I'm pretty versed with the Italian stuff. But yeah, it was really cool. It had like your typical really convoluted plot, which is kind of an MO for gialli, but it wrapped up very nicely at the end. Right, Shel? Do you remember that one? I know it's been a few months since we watched it,
Yeah.
but that was really enjoyable. Look at this, released by Seven, the great Seven Films, Axiom Mutante. Great cover art. This was a great upgrade over, I've had the UK DVD for like 10 years. So like I always saw this like poster online. So to have it finally on a slipcover is nice. Alex de la Iglesia, one of my all-time favorite directors. His film, The Last Circus, is one of my all-time favorite films. Or Ballad of the Sad Clown, Sad Trumpet, sorry. Anyway, so this is, I want to say this is his second or third feature-length film. Super cool, kind of sci-fi horror action, kind of steampunk vibes, post-apocalyptic. Super awesome film. He always has that kind of trademark. There's a little bit of black humor in it too, kind of frenetically paced. This chick here is a babe. Lots of good gore effects. The back of this slipcover is awesome. So yeah, killer. If you've never seen it, awesome. Somewhat modern Spanish horror action. After She Died, this will be eligible for the awards this year. This is a 2023 film. It's very low budget. I'd say kind of a ghost film. It wasn't bad. It's pretty good. I don't want to spoil if it'll be nominated for anything. That's what the awards are for. But that was pretty good. Low budget film. This is an upgrade. The great Kino Lorber had a sale. They've had a few sales lately, but I got this for like $7, which is awesome. So I had like the old, again, I had old UK DVD. But look at that artwork, guys. This is from 1970. Stars I love Pamela Franklin. Kind of, let's say. It all takes place in the sun. Basically, these girls who are going, like, they're spending their summer, like, just riding their bike and, like, just hopping along, staying at hotels and just kind of doing a old school, just summer trip by themselves, camping, all that stuff, and they end up getting basically stalked by this weirdo. So it's pretty tense, but all takes place during the summer, mostly during the day. So it's actually kind of like, you know, the dichotomy of the terror and the sun is nice. So there's that. $7, that's crazy. And look at this title: An Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. So this is another one from this year. I've yet to see it, so super excited. I've heard some good things from people. So I'll probably watch this next weekend when I watch my next batch of 2023 horror. So I have high hopes for this one. It's a play on Frankenstein, so super cool. Excited for that one. I read an interview with the director, and he came across as a really cool guy.
Grateful Black is asking, did you do a 2022 award horrors ball? I know we did that here. If it was for the year 2022, we were in this house.
Yeah. So last year's would have been for, like, I do it every January, so
For
this past
2022.
January would have been for 2022. So yeah, if you go, you'd have to go on, if you go into my channel, go on to the live section, because that awards was actually streamed live. So if you look at my regular videos, it's not in there. Go over to the live column, because it was live streamed at the time. Check it out. You'll recognize these colors. We did it down here. Yeah, check it out.
That wasn't when the pizza delivery guy came.
No, that would have been 2 years ago. That would have been 2021. We did it up in the living room. He opens the door. Finch and I are sitting there in
We
our
had, like,
suits, and
the
we're facing the
soft
door.
boxes
Like,
and, like-
yeah, we had us on the big 80-inch TV, and dude's like, just like, me and Jay are like on the couch with suits. It was really funny. And then we just kind of stopped and looked at the guy.
Because he was like 45 minutes late, so we were trying to time it so he would come before he started. He came during.
Hey, live TV, showbiz.
Heck yeah.
Anyone drinking anything tonight? So this one I definitely showed on the now defunct last live stream. Alien Dead. Look at this slipcover. Freaking love it. You guys see that shine?
Nice.
So this is by the not so great Fred Olen Ray, director. Not particularly big. Did a lot of like kind of just cheesy mid-budget stuff in the 80s. Funny story, his son, who's a filmmaker, was in our house one time.
Our old house.
Not worth explaining the whole story, but nice guy. He's even worse than his father. But anyway, I do like this film. I think this might have been his feature-length debut. It's just like, it was late 70s, so it kind of has, I just love the 70s vibe, whether it's low budget or big budget. So this was just kind of like, it just has that vibe, and it's filmed, is it in New Orleans? So it kind of has the like bayou, swampy vibe. I guess he peaked in my mind on his first feature-length film. But funny that it's like when I ordered this, because it's kind of cool. They sell this. So if you already had this, they sell this slipcover separate for like $4, which I wish more companies would do. I think it's really cool. But it says like you can check a box if you want an autograph for like $2 more. I of course didn't, but they sent me the autograph one anyway.
Like, we can't sell
the
these.
funny thing is, so I got the slipcover by itself because I already own this. The funny thing is, I already had him sign. I already had his signature here, and then they're like, so for $4 or $5 you get the slipcover. I didn't ask for it to be signed, and they're like, no, fuck you.
Like, please take
I'm
my
sensing that
autograph.
he signed all of them.
Please take my autograph.
It's probably more rare to have the one that isn't signed. But anyway, so I have 2 autographs by a director I don't really care for, and which is probably in my opinion his best film. I say best loosely. Anyway, so yeah, if you do like this film, you're unaware of the slipcover. It's a freak. I love that artwork. It's gorgeous. So yeah. Alien from the Abyss, Italian horror. Antonio Margheriti, one of his, I guess, more like action creature feature side, a little more cheesy than some of his other stuff. Really cool though, Severn. This is a big upgrade. I haven't watched the upgrade yet, so I'm excited to finally check this out. Trying to not have the glare here, so sorry about that. I'm surprised I'm not getting a glare off my dome either. For any of you guys new, I guess there are new people watching. I used to have I had long hair for a majority of my life, and then you know.
There's a lot of videos on your channel.
I used to have not quite as luscious as Sam here watching, but
It was
it was
luscious.
pretty. I don't know if it was luscious. It was long. It was it was adequate.
No, it's nice.
It
was
got the
adequate.
job done.
Got the job done. When I was on stage.
Someone named Decapitated Gatekeeper is watching.
What's up?
Yo.
The Awakening. In case you don't know, these are in alphabetical order, so yeah, we got a ways to go. Rebecca Hall, I have to mention her. Become a big fan of hers. This is from, it's got to be like early like maybe 2010, 2011, and that I can't see. So, but lately she's done a couple of really awesome horror films. She did one a couple years ago that won, I think it was up for Best Picture, called The Night House. So if you haven't seen The Night House, check it out. She stars in it. She won Best Actress, and she just carried. Amazing film. I think he's the director that did the new Hellraiser, which I, believe it or not, guys, I haven't seen. But anyway, she's a great actress, so I've become a fan of her. I had seen this a long time ago, not really remembering it was her, and then she did, and what was last year's film that she starred in? It was up for Best Indie. Name of the film escapes me. You guys can IMDb that or something. Anyway, The Awakening, Rebecca Hall, I've become a big fan of. Fantastic actress, and it's cool seeing her now in multiple horror films. But definitely check out The Night House. And the name of the film from last year escapes me, but she was great in that as well. All right, got that for super cheap. Excuse me. There's this year, Bad Girl Boogie. Yeah, this is a queer slasher, I guess. 2 words I love, and yeah, I haven't watched yet. Again, this will probably I usually watch my new horror films like from the current year in bunches. I'll do like a full day of it. So my next one probably next weekend. So we've been really busy lately. Helped our daughter move into her first apartment yesterday with her delightful boyfriend, who is a cinematographer. She is a filmmaker, so I feel particularly old. Anyway, I'll throw that in there. We had a gig recently, so we've been really busy. So I've been able to watch a lot of movies lately. So excited for Bat. This is from Umbrella Entertainment out of Australia. I hate that. Come on, people. 2023. In Australia, they have to have that mark on there. And the cool thing, trying to think, what's the other label that they'll give you the reversible sleeve without that? I wish Umbrella would do that. But look how big it is. Like, look at that, guys.
It's annoying.
Tyrannical, like, what is? Man,
what is this?
I'm sure the Republicans are gonna start doing this now.
On what?
Like it's gonna it's gonna say woke or not woke. You fuckers vote Trump back in. All our horror movies are going to say woke or not woke on it. You want that on the slipcover? Anyway, sorry. I can never just not leave my feelings out of my own video. All right, check out this title, guys. The Beast with how many eyes?
1 million?
Can you believe that? Is that even possible?
Wow.
That is a beast that I don't want to see, or I don't want them to see me. But I think that would be
They'll see
unavoidable
you,
if you have 1
though.
million
Yeah.
eyes.
They'll see.
How do you hide from a beast with 1 million eyes? Why isn't that the tagline?
How do you hide from a beast with
1 million eyes? You don't.
Dun, dun.
So there's a black. I think I showed this on the now failed video that was deleted.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I said it. I think I said it on that video. When it comes to like black and white horror, I pretty much want everything that's been released physically, because like, unlike other decades, excuse me, like. I only keep movies that I like. Some people like, well, we'll show a movie like I hate this movie. If we don't like it, like we don't keep it. And I've developed a horror intuition, as I call it. So I very rarely buy a film and then end up like hating it. It's here and there, but very rarely. But anyway, when it comes to black and white films, it could be a really awful film. Like I don't want to pick on Ed Wood because I love Ed Wood, but just to get an example, I still find something out of it. I love watching black and white horror films like late at night. Maybe before you gotta go to bed, you gotta get up work for. You can ask Shelly this. I do this all the time.
Every night.
Just like you gotta get up work early. You want to get to. You don't want to watch any like art house shit or anything. You just kind of want. I call it comfort horror. So it could be something like this. It could be something we were talking about the Black Cat earlier. It could be something amazing, but just something about it, whether it be from the silent era or the 30s, 40s, the 50s, the early 60s of the black and whites. It doesn't matter. It's just I don't know. It's just super comforting to me. I can't really explain it. Maybe some of you agree, but so in saying that, there's still luckily so much black and white stuff still out there physically that whether it be DVD or Blu-ray that I still need to pick up. So that's an example, and I've never seen that film, so that's even more exciting. Another one from Kino Lorber's Sale, Beware the Blob. Believe it or not, so this is a kind of a low-budget sequel to the original. Actually, this was a first-time watch. I watched it probably a couple of months ago from 1972. Super cool. You guys can see that on the top. that goo there, the blob.
Oh.
It's weird because it has that like that low budget 70s vibe that I love, kind of how I mentioned the film. I don't remember now. But if you guys know, you know the more low budget side of 70s horror. It's got that almost like early Romero, like you know, like Martin, the Crazies, like that type of like 70s low budget vibe. Anyway, this has that, so that's super cool. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for Kino Lorber sales because they go low. Like I think most of the Blu-rays I got there were like anywhere from $5 to $8, which is amazing. And their artwork's always great. Speaking of great artwork, Blind Date. Here's another one. You gotta see this, John. Another one. This was the first time I watched. Look at that artwork. This is reverse artwork too.
Is that Kirstie Alley?
Yeah, Kirstie Alley in a horror film. I had a major crush on her when I was younger. This will show my age. Cheers.
Cheers was great.
I know she kind of became kind of a wacko.
She's a big Trumpy
Well, I think she
wacko
passed away,
now.
right?
Yeah,
Pretty sure,
she
yeah.
did. But
R.I.P.
she became a
Yeah, I know
big
she.
Trumpy
Yeah, but anyway,
wackadoo.
I had a big crush on her when I was younger for Cheers. Anyway, yeah, super cool. Look at that artwork though. Compare. I'll show you guys the reverse.
I think she was
Way
this
better
year.
than that.
No.
I mean, this is probably. I'm guessing this here is the original like VHS art or something. Anyway, I love that. That was an easy flip. Yeah, it was really cool. I liked it a lot. You have to check it out, Shelley. Kind of you know, like horror thriller. It was really cool.
She just died December 5th, 2022.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I don't remember her character name in Cheers. Shit.
Diane?
No.
Oh, no, that was the
that
other
was,
one.
That was Shelley
That's who she
Long.
replaced.
Yeah, what was her name? Ah, I should remember this.
I'm going to look it up because this is going to be painful.
Let's see, trivia. Let's see if anyone in the comments is old enough, like me, that you watched Cheers and you know what Kirstie Alley's character's name is. So don't give it away yet. I'm going to throw, I don't even know if is anyone even still watching? Empire of Passion, Criterion. Why this didn't get a Blu-ray upgrade from Criterion, I don't know. I can't not have glare on this movie, apparently. Amazing film. I guess trying to think what I call it a ghost movie, which was kind of big, which has always been big in Asian cinema, ghost stories. They have their own, obviously, folklore and stuff. This is a Japanese film from 1978, so it has like kind of that like haunting romance vibe to it, but of course still very dark. Essentially, a guy gets cheated on by his woman. They kill him and bury him, and his ghost comes back. One of, I guess, standard vengeful ghost film. And they bury him in this, and you can see a very deep hole. Super cool film. Like, love that Criterion release, but I don't know why this never got a Blu-ray upgrade. It kind of sucks. So I finally picked this. I think I purposely probably waited for them to do a Blu-ray, expecting that they would, and they never. So I finally picked up the DVD. Great film. If you've never seen it, pick it up on the next Criterion sale. If you like your Asian films, particularly those like haunting revenge tales, Shudder Original, which all that means is that Shudder just helps distribute it. They have no process in the making, and no you know, they have nothing to do with making the film. But anyway, Blood Relatives. We love Noah Sagan, and this guy here. He's been in Dead Girl, Starry Eyes, lots of good indie stuff. We really like him. This is his directorial debut, so super cool, and he starred in it. So it was fun, kind of more
fun.
like
I
lighthearted, I'd say.
Yeah.
Him.
Safe
is
for
his
kids,
daughter?
probably.
No, it's not his daughter,
His
right?
daughter in the film.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know that. Yeah. So kind of a vampire road movie and a kind of a relationship thing between
His teenage daughter.
yes, teenage daughter.
Yeah.
No, it was good. It's nothing great, but it was. I had to support this. I love him and having his directorial debut.
Definitely, if you have like kids wanting to get into horror or like
Yeah.
maybe age 12 and up.
Yeah, or like a
This
teenage.
would be a good
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, more lighthearted, not like in a comedic way, but just a little more lighthearted. It's not like very dark or anything, but it was a cool film. I enjoyed it. I don't think it'll. I would call it the consummate like honorable mention, which I do in my awards. What do you got?
Do you want to know her?
I actually
character
think
name?
I might have just thought. Is it Rebecca?
Yeah.
How?
Rebecca Howe.
God, like last minute just hit me.
Yep.
End of the line. Another Canadian film, I believe. This is another great upgrade. I've had I don't remember who put it out. Like for many years I had the DVD. So this was kind of came out of nowhere, and this is from TerraVision, who I talked about earlier, who released records. They also released cassette tapes. But awesome Canadian religious-based alien. It takes place in a subway. I mean, yeah, it's. I'm not making that up. That's all those elements are true. So check it out. Awesome film. Definitely.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, you probably haven't seen it in years.
Yeah.
Here's a recent pickup from one of Vinegar Syndrome's many side labels. I wanted to see this. Played at a somewhat local theater recently, and it only played like a couple nights, and I didn't get a chance to go see it. Falcon Lake. I was kind of bummed out about that, but then this awesome release came out shortly thereafter, so excited. Haven't seen this yet. It's supposed to be kind of a haunting ghost story, I guess. Possibly metaphorical. Yellow Veil Pictures released it. They're definitely one of my favorite sub-labels. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. Falcon Lake. Bog.
Wait, what's the tagline?
Can you?
Creature from the glacial age.
Oh, that's cool. You can actually read it. You must be able to see it pretty well.
Kill and kill again.
So this was the first time watch, guys. Like 1979. Speaking of what I talked about earlier, that like low budget 70s vibe. Case in point here. Yeah, another kind of like Bayou. This would make a good double feature with Dan Fredo Ray and this alien. Super cool. Yeah, it just had that. It's got a cool creature in it. Some hysterics ensue. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. This has never got, to my knowledge, this has not ever gotten a Blu-ray release. I'm not necessarily complaining, but I enjoyed it a lot. I'm happy to have it. I got it for like $5. Frankenstein 80. Look at that cover art.
You might have to cover the nips.
Oh boy.
You'll get flagged.
Titty please.
You're not even covered.
Well, they're big.
Not bigger than your finger.
Sam, you might have to go clear this up for me. I might be in trouble.
We'll fix it in
Get on the
post.
phone, Sam.
It's too late.
It's too late. There's a delay. We got 4 seconds. Awesome back there. From the mighty Cauldron. Cauldron logo. Not one of the better Italian horror films of all time. Certainly not, but still just kind of ridiculous and cheesy. Had to have this up. Especially this had a pretty bad DVD anyway, so this was like a major upgrade. So I love when you have 2 great artworks. Wonderful. 3 if you count the back.
Cool.
So yeah, amazing addition by one of the great newer labels, Cauldron Films. Had to get it. Again, not upper echelon Italian horror, probably more lower end, but if it's Italian, much like Black and White, I'm gonna get it. From Hell It Came. I'm gonna save this for October, which leads me to this subject. Do any of you guys like purposely save, I don't mean like films that you always watch during October, like your standards, but do you ever save films you've never seen before for October? I do that every year. Now, obviously, as the years go by, it becomes tougher and tougher when you're, a nut like I am, and you've seen so much, but it's so vast. There's always going to be shit out there. But I've never seen this one. Kind of a infamous monster. Like, it's kind of like a tree guy. Like, you guys should both like Google this movie right now and check out this monster. Literally a guy in like a very bad tree
From
suit.
Hell It Came.
But like I said, I've stared at this monster over the years so often, but I just want, I have a notebook. Well, I don't have a note. It sucks. I've gone digital with my notebook, which is lame. I am a phony.
Oh my god.
Probably because I kept losing my note. I have like 800 notebooks with movies in it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you guys, if you've never seen this, like,
I'm in.
just grab your phone and
I
just
just love
Google this. Check out that monster.
Oh my god.
Adorable. It's very stiff too. If you watch the trailer, the costume he has on, I feel like there wasn't much give to that.
He looks
Anyway.
like that tree face that like
Yeah, you can get like a
Yeah.
that you can
decoration,
buy.
yeah, tree face. From Hell It Came. I'm excited. This has to be 50s. It's gotta be 50s. I can't. My eyes are bad, but
57, right?
57.
Mhm.
Wow.
So yeah, guys, I've all these years, and I never picked up the DVD. I'm not one to like watch films just stream. So like, I don't know. I just finally pulled the trigger, and I figured this would be a great one to watch in October. A black and white horror film I've never seen, so that's exciting. Being the horror that I am, and the Fulci horror, I had to double dip. This is Cauldron. I picked up their previously released release of Fulci's great City of the Living Dead, this under the moniker of The Gates of Hell, with its original VHS artwork. I just had to. I'm sure I don't have to explain myself to you guys, but this was limited. Look at that slip. The back is actually like a VHS style. Just gorgeous. I had to. So yeah, I have 2 of these now. 4K. And I don't even have a 4K player yet. You guys believe that?
Travis.
It's coming. Oh yeah. Anyway, so this has this CD soundtrack too in it, which is cool. Oh no, this one does not. My bad. Anyway, yeah. So if it's Fulci, I gotta get it. But that's gotta be one of the most gorgeous slipcovers you can fucking. And just like that, I've already gone out of order. I grabbed from the wrong pile. So back to B. Bride Wore Black. This was the first time watch, guys. I freaking loved it. Definitely have heard of it over the years for sure. Francois Truffaut and Jean Moreau. I've definitely seen at least one other film with her. Pretty popular actress. She was fantastic. Seeing her in like a genre revenge film was great. Look at this artwork.
Oh,
love that
cool.
too. So if you're into just kind of stylish revenge films from 1968, super well written, of course, well directed, and it's just cool seeing her in a film, kind of a, I want to call it nasty revenge film, but it's mean spirited enough, but like really just well written and well executed at great artwork. So that was cool finally seeing that on such a nice edition. All right, still back in B. Breeders. Nice to have this on Blu-ray. Look at that artwork. Cheesy, this 80s creature feature. Of course, really good practical effects. Oh, I don't have to talk about all these. Legend of Boggy Creek Part 2, which I didn't even know there was a Part 2 until Vinegar Syndrome put this out. Look at that artwork.
Awesome. Is that a child?
It's
With them in
insane.
the
Yeah, look at
beginning?
that.
Wow.
Oh man.
Without spoiling it for you people, there better be a little Bigfoot. A little
Bigfoot.
little foot. There better be a little foot in this
Babyfoot?
movie. Like, can you guys tell me without like giving too much? Just
Yes or no.
Just yay or nay.
Yeah. Little Bigfoot.
I mean, I've heard this. I mean, the first one's a classic, kind of like mockumentary. It was apparently there's a big influence on Eduardo Sanchez for Blair Witch Project. It just in that verite style, but I heard it's not very good, but who cares? We love Bigfoot.
Look at that cover.
We love the
Where's
Squatch
cover?
here
Yeah.
at Nightmare Video, so we're going to get the film. But yet, I mean, this artwork, jeez. This was, I don't care about numbers, but these are limited to 4,000. This is 2210. Who cares? I don't care if it's one or whatever. All right. Looking forward. We'll definitely do that, a Squatch theme night. And probably this will definitely be nominated for Release of the Year. I do that as well for my awards. Look at this. Lamberto Bava, Mario's great son. A Blade in the Dark, his Giallo. Great film, but look at this.
I love it.
So freaking cool. The back too. You guys see that?
Oh.
How cool is that? Just, I mean, this is why I said earlier, like, what? The world is fucked right now, but at least we're going down, like, with shit like this, right? So, yeah, anyway. I know a million people have already showed this, but definitely, I mean, the last release I had of this was the old, it was either Blue Underground or Anchor Bay release. But look at this. So this is, if that wasn't cool enough, you get all this artwork. And then, if you want more artwork, you got this artwork.
Jeez.
It's just unbelievable.
Awesome.
This has Mikhail Soavi in it too. Director I love. He actually, one of his acting roles is in this. What else is in here? You got a booklet.
Whole book?
It's like a clown car. I'm gonna like pull out
It's
like
like a box set.
you know, a life-size bust of Lamberto Bava.
Flowers.
What else is in here? See, oh man, they include a pumpkin in there.
Whoa.
What else do we have in here? Yeah, bottle of water in case you get thirsty while you're watching it. They give you a phone charger too. So
The brick.
it's a lot of cool stuff in there. Several things that I wasn't expecting.
You
either,
just keep
so.
reaching in it. And
Yeah,
it's like bottomless.
That was the last thing. The charger. Somehow they fit all that in there. All right, back to G. Here's. I might do October for this one. I have a list of what I'm watching in October. Giant from the Unknown. Look at that.
Whoa.
Another black and white film I've never seen, so this will be my first time in blue. Look at that great artwork. I love it in the black case.
It says 4K on the front. So does that mean, does it come with a Blu-ray also?
One of those
Is it one of those?
misleading things. It's not really it's
It's
from
not?
a 4K transfer,
Oh.
so it's kind of false advertising. I might send it back.
So it's 4K visuals without the 4K player. It's cheating.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's not worth it.
No.
Godsend. Of all those like evil child movies, not like the ones that were played more straight, I guess, so like Omen, some of those other ones. This is probably my favorite, honestly. Really dark. I would say more. It was more almost misanthropic in a way. I mean, you remember the show? It starts with it kind of has 2 or 3 actresses, so they start with the girl really young, then slightly older, and I don't remember if there's a third girl or not. It's at least 2 actresses at a different age, and yeah, she's a killer, but it's just played straight really well.
Yeah, she's a child, then teenager, then adult.
Oh no,
Right?
I'm thinking of something else.
Okay.
I just couldn't remember. I couldn't remember. Oh, and Life, yeah.
Yeah, right.
You just went too far with the circle. Yeah, I think it starts with like one actress when she's particularly younger, and then moves to the second half of the movie is her a little older. But yeah, it's pretty like mean-spirited and dramatic, and I don't know. It's of all those killer evil kid ones that are, like Mikey was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I watched someone recently, but look at that artwork. This was on a 2-pack for Scream Factory, and it always bothered me because I love this artwork, so I wanted it by itself, and this media book came out. From Germany, X-rated call. There's cool. I don't know.
What does the tagline say again? For God's sakes, what?
For God's sake, take it back. So it's like
That's one of those late-term
I think
abortions.
This is pro-abortion, so this would be marked woke.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, if you guys love this film and you're looking for like a nice release of it on its own, try to find that media book. Speaking of another haunting ghost story, The Haunting of Julia. For a long, long time, I never thought this would get a nice release. It was VHS, and that was it for the longest time.
Is that a holographic cover?
It is. Not the right
So, like,
terminology. It's lenticular.
Oh. So it doesn't make a noise
Sam,
when you
add
run
a
your finger?
nerd like alarm on the screen.
Lenticular.
Nerd alert.
So when you run your finger across it
does.
doesn't make a noise?
Yeah.
Oh, I always love
You guys
that
hear
with
that?
the holographic stuff.
Lenticular, Sean.
Yeah, it was like some kind of cards.
Booklet.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Facebook
from
cards or
Imprint
something.
Films, overseas, but yeah, gorgeous. We went from having no releases to this to suddenly, obviously, once like the transfer gets found and restored, obviously there wasn't. I'm assuming like multiple companies, they don't have exclusive rights, so there was at least one of, I think 2 other companies released this. So it went from like, it's like feast or famine with this stuff. Full Circle is the alternate title. Anyway, stars Mia Farrow, known in the horror world, of course, for Rosemary's Baby, but super, definitely a downbeat film. Really sad. There's like a child death early on, and which is really effective. She like chokes. Pretty disturbing scene, but super atmospheric haunting film. Hence the Haunting of Julia.
Haunting.
So anyway, yeah, it's crazy to go from nothing to like something like this. Right, you can never give up hope that something will be released. And on that note, my #1 most wanted film that's never been released was just announced by Severin, Spider Labyrinth, which I might have my bootleg like right in front of me. I swear I do. Oh man, it's here somewhere. Anyway, Italian horror film. There it is. I'm not gonna be able to get it out. All right. Anyway, I have an assistant. Spider Labyrinth, 80s Italian horror film, awesome. So happy, Severn. I don't think they officially announced it, but someone posted it. I like freaked out. Yeah, this was like my number one. I've had this bootleg for like, I don't know, 20 years probably.
Oh wow.
Look at that artwork. So yeah, so definitely once that officially gets released, guys, if you're on the fence, which I doubt you would be, definitely buy it. The Harbinger. Look at this artwork. It's got this like raven. Super cool artwork. That's like a painting. This will be eligible this year. This is at least physically speaking, a new film, and I love that artwork.
Yeah, it's nice.
More good artwork. I love this. Just like give us as much great artwork as you can. And this really certainly. This was by XYZ. I don't know. I don't recognize that.
Do you need a drink?
Yeah, I'll take a face hugger.
Okay.
Sam, can we get you anything? You good?
I still got my water.
How's everyone feeling? We're at the H's. I hope you're.
10 people are watching.
All right, 10 people. Bless you all. And again, this will be syndicated. As soon as we're done, it'll go into syndication, and you can watch it at your own convenience. Look at this title, Heebie-Jeebie TV. Another cool slipcover. This is again another one for this year that I've yet to watch. I'm gonna have a busy weekend doing nothing, which is I really need that. Meaning just watching new horror films, which it's been busy lately. So that'll be really cool. I got a lot to watch. So I hope this is a low budget anthology, which there's been a lot of great ones over the last few years. This was put out by Scream Team. I think no, is this Scream Team release? Yeah, Scream Team releasing. Look them up. Their website. They put out a lot of low budget. Cool stuff, a lot of anthologies too. This one, I think it's Halloween themed. I mean, there's a pumpkin on there, but I don't remember the trailer. I think it's like a VCR comes to life and kind of like releases all these evils and these stories come out. Anyway, look, the trailer looked really cool. And I'm gonna save this for October, so excited for that. They still have this edition. This art was great too. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Classic 80s. Definitely check out the trailer. Like if you're on the fence, you'll know what you're getting into, and just like fun, anthology 80s inspired. Look at this slipcover, Hellgate.
Yeah.
Can't believe how much stuff I'm showing in this update of stuff I haven't seen, which is just from a jaded, like kind of like long time collector and fan. Like it's so vast. Even when you think you've seen everything, you haven't. Case in point, this is just one of those films. Arrow released this a few years ago. I just never grabbed it. You know how it is, guys. You can't grab everything. Well, some people can, it seems, but. So look, I think this is another one I might have on my October playlist of new films I haven't seen. I like that artwork. I know it's not supposed to be the best film in the world, but at the very least, you're getting some atmosphere and some, obviously, some cool practical effects. I'm pretty sure that's in an actual notebook. That's not digital.
Nice.
I physically wrote down what I was going to watch in October. So, Hellhole. This is another one that is from this year. That I think I'm saving this one for October as well. This trailer looked great. This is it's a foreign film. I just can't remember where it was from. Shit, it might be Russian. I'm not positive, but it takes place in a monastery and it looks really gothic and atmospheric. So. Excited for that one. This was a first time watch. I know this is one of those ones like people are gonna say, "How would you never see that one?" The Hidden. This was from the '80s. This has Kyle MacLachlan in it. Of course, we all love him from Twin Peaks fame. This was super cool. I don't want to get into like what the premise is because you either one don't care if you've seen it already, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. If you've never seen it, highly recommend it. Thanks for spending Saturday night, your valuable Saturday night with me. Us, I should say. Shelly is here. Say hello. Oh, who's down here? Rudy, our fucking cat who can't piss in a litter box 15 years into his life. And we got Sam back here running security and contracts and all the like boring stuff. This is Rudy.
Drinking water.
Yeah, he's got to stay sober. We might get sued for those boobs.
I'll pull some strings.
So how you all doing out there? We got any comments or are people just being quiet? Man?
It's quiet. But
It must
there's
be-
12 people watching.
It must be
now.
so just engrossing. Sam, am I that like interesting the way I'm presenting? People just don't even know what to say. I'm leaving them
I
speechless,
think that's what it is.
And the art is amazing too.
or they're all
Really
sleeping.
art gallery.
Come on, people! Saturday Night Nightmare Video. You're live.
Phew!
Holy spider! Holy shit!
Holy spider.
I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, it's Horrors Ball. I don't post everything I watch, but I keep generally some of my favorites throughout the year. But this is definitely top tier for 2023. Holy Spider, definitely. You know, we got a ways to go for the year yet, but this is looking like it'll be a Best Picture nominee at the very least. Very serial killer film, takes place in Iran, and trying to think. I don't want to spoil anything. Loosely based on a real serial killer who was essentially killing prostitutes in the name of Allah, you know, to cleanse them. So it's based on a true story, but great acting, great writing. Ali Abbasi, the director, is a huge fan of him. He's been all over my awards. His film, he did Shelley a few years back, which is a I'll just call it pregnancy horror film, very 70s feel. That was nominated for Best Picture that year. He did a very strange film, Border, which was about trolls. Like trolls that actually, who are like living in actual like society. Just look that trailer up, Border. I think I got a Best Foreign nominee. So anyway, I love this director, and he's super excited to see what he does next. Because I've loved all of his films, and this one is probably my favorite of his now. Anyway, it's very haunting because there's parallels to obviously shit that actually is going on just in their religion and in the Middle East, how they treat women, but also kind of the social and political kind of cult of personality craziness that is unfortunately going on in my country now. So the final act is so haunting. It just like really resonates because you can equate it to a lot of things going on in different countries. But so please check this out. Pick up this amazing film. Oh, great score too in cinematography. It's going to get a lot of nominations. Hypochondriac, another one from this year. Really enjoyed it. This was released by another XYZ. So, Vinegar Syndrome sub-label. I love the fact that I'm showing all this artwork. It's great. Like, I'm happy
That's
with
awesome.
one great artwork, but to have like 6 in one release. I don't like, no, I explained the synopsis too well. It's got a lot of mental health issues with this lead character. He's gay. He's just having a lot of troubles mentally. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's more of a psychological film, but it definitely resonated with me because of my fucked up mind and what I've gone through too. So definitely more serious in tone, psychological horror. It's got some art house elements as well. Another black and white film, I Bury Oblivion. Classic. You ever seen this one? It's a classic.
I think I have actually.
This has been on like this is a pretty well-known film. He puts like the tacks in the wall. Do you remember that? And like the person ends up dying. It's really cool. Super cool film.
Actually, yeah.
From his 40s, I believe. No, 58. I was way off. Anyway, I had this on like a DVD multi-pack. So this is such cool artwork. Had to find. This is another cheap one from Scream Factory. Anyway, I think I got this for like $6. So love having. I don't like having those like compilation. I gotta have. If I like it, I gotta have it on its own. Especially with artwork like that. So yeah, that'll probably be a late night watch before bed. And I'm just the worst shot. I'm grabbing piles in not in order.
And you strategically
And
placed your
I
pile.
purposely put them in a nice pile.
They seem alphabetical.
You guys, they're alphabetical in the piles, but I'm not doing the piles in order. So
So this would be next.
it technically should have been 2 piles ago. But
Okay.
maybe this will create an illusion
And then,
that
yeah.
the video isn't as long as it'll seem. Yeah, Sam, please take a break when you need to, man.
Stretch break.
You go outside, have some. Anyway, so we're going back to the seas.
There's one down here. Yeah, bathroom all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candyland, another great one from this year. Hasn't been, I'll be honest, it's not probably the worst year as far as it's going to end up great. I'm not doubting that when it's all said and done, but not as deep as usual years this year. But anyway, Candyland definitely will get some nominations come January show. Check it out. I don't know if this is a Canadian film or not. Super cool, fucked up film. Kind of has some grindhouse elements to it.
Let's see that. I'll see if it's Canadian when you're done.
That's cool. You can so highly recommend it. Check out the trailer, and you don't have to. I don't have to go in the spiel, the synopsis. Just check out the trailer. Not that trailers necessarily always do a good job at portraying, conveying what it's about. But the Catman of Paris. A lot of black and white stuff in this update. Got to get it all. This is a film I've never seen before. Imprint Films, great artwork. I'm a broken record tonight. Just great artwork and a lot of stuff I haven't seen before, which is just awesome. And from this year, Children of Sin. Another director I've become a fan of. He did, Bless the Children, I believe it was called. A couple years back, it was nominated for Best Low Budget on the show. This will definitely be nominated for Low Budget this year, and definitely took it to the next level. This director, friends with him on Instagram, really cool guy. This has a really cool, I don't know what kind of camera he used, but definitely, it's not film, but it had a great like 70s vibe to it. Some kids that end up in a religious, kind of like a Bible camp almost. So super cool film. Good young actors, performances, and definitely a 70s vibe. Look at that artwork, great artwork. This artwork kind of lends like a cheesy vibe to the film, but it's really not. It's a serious, for the most part, serious in tone film. So you can get this. This is on Makeflix. So I'm sure you collectors are familiar with that online retailer. So support low budget horror, Children of Sin, super cool. Can't wait to see what he does next. Consecration from Christopher Smith. He had a long drought. I was a big fan of him early in his career. He did Creep, one of the best subway horrors ever in my opinion. He did Black Death, great period piece film. What else did he do? Severance and Triangle, I believe he did, which had a really crazy, kind of surreal, twisty premise to it. And then he was like done for several years, and I thought he was done. And then he came back. Was it either last year or 2 years ago with a pretty cool film? And then this again, not as good as his early stuff, but as you can see, this takes place in a convent. It was really good. Not great, but I enjoyed it. It has the actress that was in Neon Demon, one of the side actresses, supporting actresses, and she has a lead in this. She was really good. I liked her in Neon Demon. You ever seen Neon Demon?
No, I was gonna ask you.
Oh man,
Jenna Malone.
Jenna Malone. Thank you. It was right on the thing.
I had
can't
it
see.
up.
Creep Tales. This is definitely on the watch list for October. I've never seen it. Low budget anthology. Look at this artwork. You're playing a drinking game every time I say, look at this awesome artwork. Okay. You have someone take you to the hospital, please. They're going to be pumping your stomach.
What?
Because I've said, look at this artwork so many times. You guys can see the Nightmare video sign above me? That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So is it clear? Can you read it?
It goes in and out
Okay.
of focus. Like it'll focus on that
Like
and
no-
then come back to you.
I'm pretty much in control of how focused it is.
Kind of. Yeah.
I think that's cool because like on my
It's starting to do it.
on my monitor, it's just a pink hue above me. I don't see it, so that's cool. So yeah, welcome to Nightmare Video.
Nightmare
We're open all the time, 24 hours. We're the only video store in the country, in the world, that's open 24 hours. There's only 4 of us in the world, period, and we're the only ones open 24 hours. The other 3 aren't.
With no rental fee.
No rent. All we ask is you bring it back. I don't even just ask for. I don't even tell you when. I mean, if it's going over a month, I mean, it's a little ridiculous.
We gotta make like library sign out cards for him.
It's basically a month. Come on. I'm not giving it to you. I just asked for you to bring it back. That's it. Cryptid, another one from this year. This is a what do you call it? It kind of like plays like a Bigfoot film, but what do they call? Not cryptid, but it's essentially like what makes this one interesting is like a lot of times films like this with like this kind of mythological creature or whatever, cryptid. It plays on kind of the build up of getting to the creature, where this one kind of builds on the kind of the I just don't want to spoil anything. More of like the aspect of trying to find it, I guess. I don't know. It's more of a more clinical as opposed to like a creature feature, which I thought was kind of creative. It's
like
more
scientific.
Yeah, it's more on like the research aspect of it, which may turn some people off. But I don't know. I enjoyed it because I think it was different in that way. Creeping horror. It was beautiful, released by Eureka, which I love, out of the UK, I believe. So you get 4 films. I've had all these on DVD, so these are all technically upgrades. So Sam, if you want any of those DVDs, you can keep them. You can rent them for life. But super cool. Murders in the Zoo. In my opinion, I consider that one of the early extreme horror films, where it literally takes place in a zoo, and they're using, of course, real animals. It just gets crazy for a film from, I want to say, the 40s, maybe even the 30s.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I can't. I want to say like early 30s. Murders in the Zoo. It's just crazy. Night Monster.
33.
Yeah. So you want to see like obviously there was some like pre-code stuff and like even silent stuff that was like, there was ones with nudity and stuff. But I think as far as like a structured film, a horror film, I would consider Murders in the Zoo one of the truly early feature-length extreme horror films. So Night Monster is really cool. Horror Island and House of Horrors. Again, I usually like to have films that are like on their own release, but it's cool. I mean, when you can get 4 films like this presented in a cool package, I don't need to buy all 4 of these separately. So this is pretty cool. This makes for a good night of black and white horror presented beautifully. Looks like there's two discs and 2 films on each disc, so you don't lose too much quality-wise. But anyway, look, I'll probably do a night of these sometime, all 4 of them. But yeah, check out Murders in the Zoo if you want to see an old school, just kind of crazy horror film. Curse of the Blue Lights. I remember seeing this on the video shelf back in the day. Crazy that this got such a beautiful release. Cheesy 80s horror, some nice practical effects. Vinegar Syndrome comes through with that one. Dark Sister. It's very few times that, if you're familiar with the show, how in tune I am with modern horror. Obsessed, some may call unhealthy obsession. Anyway, this is one of those few, whatever year this came out, 2018, that I just didn't get to that year. Can't get them all. And actually, so I never got to see this one that year. Wild Eye Releasing put this out. Low budget. Seems to be Italian influence. You can see the colors made of Suspiria.
It says 2014 on IMDb.
That was probably when it was made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then released 2018.
In case you're wondering, you're new, like, as far as my criteria with my, new films, it had to have come out that year, either physically or theatrically. I don't really count streaming for my awards. Anyway, sometimes with films though, so the production, IMDb is kind of weird because this film could have been made in 2014 and no one saw it. It sat forever and then finally gets distributed or whatever. Not really worth explaining. But anyway, I thought it was cool cover art, and it looks like, I feel like the trailer was definitely some Italian horror influenced lighting, cinematography. Dead Kids. So I got this. You'll see when I get to the box sets, you'll see which could be release of the year. I picked this up because if you order from Umbrella Entertainment, again, they're from Australia and shipping's a bitch because it's literally as far far away on this round Earth. That's to be debated by some. You know, you can't get any further away than Australia. So I understand shipping's bad, but so basically, I think if you spend $100 on Umbrella, you get free shipping, which the box set that I will show later this evening, hopefully not too much later, you'll see that pretty much covered a good portion of that, and I added a couple films, and I hadn't owned
That's
Dead
really
Kids.
cool.
Dead Kids is also known as, I'm gonna forget, is it Strange Behavior? Someone looked at it. I think it's Strange Behavior is the alternate title. This comes with the
Yep.
CD, which is cool, by the band Tangerine Dream,
Oh,
who provided the 70s band, is that right?
who's that?
Kind of, were they proggy? I'm kind of spitballing. Were they a synthy band?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
pretty mellow.
1967 founded. German electronic music.
All right.
Yeah.
Tangerine Dream fans.
Yeah.
Are there? You gotta be. Anyone watching like Tangerine Dream? I know they've done other scores. Like I know that. I couldn't tell you a film. I know for sure I've seen films with them providing the score. This is exciting. Sorry, I was reading. Well, the problem is I'm forgetting the actual title of the film because this is all in German. And oh man. Okay, I remember now. Especially with these Giallo titles, like they're always like, you know, at least 4 words long, sometimes 12 to 14. So, like Your Vice is a locked door and only I have the key. My all-time favorite title. Great film.
Wow.
This is a Death Carries a Cane. Anyway, so this is a Giallo, pretty considered by some as a classic Giallo, but it never had a really nice release, so I kind of just never got around to seeing it, and then I finally just pulled the trigger on this hardbox edition. If you're unfamiliar with hardboxes, I have a very big collection, but don't really buy them much anymore, but here and there. They're kind of made like the old school VHS, and but these were DVDs and Blu-rays put out by German labels, but they're really big compared to like a Blu-ray. You can see the size difference. Anyway, looks great on the shelf. Anyway, Death Carries a Cane. You have to see this. It has the great Susan Scott. That's her real name is Neves Navarro. She's Spanish, but anyway. No need getting into why actors change their name and all that stuff. So excited to have a Giallo that I've yet to see from the 70s. Death Knot. It's from this year. This was pretty cool. Was this Spanish? Indonesian. So this was pretty cool. Most of it took place in a forest. Pretty cool. I'd recommend it. Super cheap too on Amazon. Delirium. So I think after I'm done with these D's here, the rest will be in proper order. Delirium. Renato Pacelli. So cool to have this film finally get an upgrade. It shouldn't count if it's like
If
cartoonish.
it's artwork, yeah.
It's a painting.
It probably does, though.
So if you know about this film. Crazy Italian with the gorgeous remember names. Rita Calderoni. I had that for lunch the other day. She's gorgeous. Crazy Delirious. Demons of Paradise. Cheesy
Whoa.
80s creature feature. You can see like wannabe creature from the Black Lagoon. One of those cases, artwork's definitely better than the film. But I love creature features, so I'm going to do a quick bitch session at Scream Factory, and I'm sure some of you guys will back me up on this. Like they do this, they're like site exclusive, so you can only get, for example, this title on their website. They charge, and they're limited, but they charge $30 for this. Like there's no slipcover, there's no like reverse art. Generally speaking, it's like obscure films, and they're usually like just okay. So it's just, I don't know if it's just a company that's very successful just being assholes, but so basically, and then if you just get this and shipping, it comes like $35. Like
Ugh.
This excuse me, Blade in the Dark, that was like $38, the one that pulls
Yeah.
apart and everything. Like, so what I'll usually do is if I do get one of these, I'll bag something else with it, so that
Get the
mathematically speaking, you know, you get another like $15 movie with it. So technically, if you were to divide it out of two, you're only paying 20. But like to actually buy this by itself is just pisses me off.
You got a couple comments. Robert McLean, you know who that is?
What
Said,
about him?
glad to be here and watch. In my opinion, the best channel and the most knowledgeable man in horror.
Charles, man.
Charles.
Thank you, Robert.
And then Hoax000. I've seen them before. What's up, Hoax? Have you seen Carter Smith's The Passenger?
Is that the one? I watched one called The Passenger this year, but I want to say it was like is it a Mexican film? Like like kind of a road trip, and then it's like a virus. Is that the one you're talking about? Unless there could be another passenger film. The one I watched, I could probably go grab it actually.
Yeah, it's probably in alphabetical
It's like,
order.
oh no,
right
it's
there.
like right behind me.
Oh, it came out this year, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty sure I know where it is. Yeah, right here. See if this is it.
It stars Kyle Gallner, the guy that was killed in one episode of The Walking Dead.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think that might be it. This is the film I was talking about.
Did that just come out in August? Early August?
Is this it? I guess I can just look at the director. I can't read that, so
Is it Carter Smith?
Anyway,
that's what they're talking about.
that film I enjoyed, but if there's another one, I'll definitely check it out.
Either. Dark Star Pictures.
You see the director or no?
No.
I
have the whole internet right in front of me, and I'm not looking
You're
it
looking
up.
at the one. But I mean, there could be another film with the
Dark Star
director.
and Bloody Disgusting.
He said nope. It's like a killing spree.
Ish kind of movie from the director of The Ruins.
See, I don't think it's the same thing. Though.
No. Let's see.
Can you read that, Sam? Those letters are.
Ooh.
I know it's
That's rough.
painful.
I don't know how good.
Nothing
well,
makes
you
you
have glasses.
feel older than trying to
Anyway,
look at the
I'm
small
gonna
print.
assume it's different. So whoever asked me that, sorry, I can see. Does that one have a physical release?
Fernando Gonzalez Gomez.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was like
Raul
a
Silva.
Spanish film. So yeah, this must be a different one. So yeah, let me know if there is a physical. I mean, either way, I'll watch it. But if there's a physical release, I'll definitely grab that. Thanks for asking, because apparently there's 2 passenger movies this year.
Okay, and I found that director's Passenger. It looks like this. Blumhouse.
Okay. Oh sweet, man, that art.
It's cool artwork.
I hope.
Yeah.
Well, you know darn well that artwork's not going to be on the.
A screenshot.
Not
of it.
yet. He said not yet, but it will be later this year. Awesome.
Cool.
Charles, man, thanks for the. Shelly looked it up, and there's some killer artwork that hopefully. Here, give me that. I'll show that.
Oh, I just screenshotted it.
Sam, put a little graphic. Make the artwork pop in live. I'll do it like
Put
green.
it in the corner there. What are you doing?
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Anyway, I hope that can only hope that artwork is used for the Blu-ray. That looks awesome, man. Definitely. So that'd be cool if 2 passenger movies. Last year we had, for the first time, one director get 2 Best Picture nominees. Ty West for X and Pearl, which Sam actually just recently watched both of those. Pearl definitely is a superior film in my opinion. But anyway, he was the first director to have 2 films in one year get nominated for Best Picture. And maybe we'll have the first time a film with the same title gets nominated. We'll see. I don't know if this passenger that I saw is kind of like nominee worthy. Too early to tell, but anyway. All right. Irreversible. Probably top 10 all time for me. At least in film that affected me. My cinematic journey. Definitely one of the most intense. Anyway, so it's funny. I went from like having a DVD forever, and then all of a sudden I think I have 3 Blu-rays of this now. And like an idiot, when they released this is by Altered Innocence, another Vinegar Syndrome sublabel. They promoted of having the regular cut, which if you're unfamiliar with the film, The film goes in reverse. It start, the end is first, and this has the straight cut, as it's called, which goes in proper order. I shouldn't say proper, but normal order. So I was like, oh, sweet, that's awesome. I wanted to see that cut. And then someone, after I already got it, someone told me like the previous release that I had of it already had that cut on there. So, oh well. It's not the first time. It's not the first film I have 800 editions of. So, you never have too many. I mean, it's a top 10 of all time for me. To me, one of the most intense scores. Unfortunately, known for the 8-minute rape scene, but definitely the most.
You can fast forward through that.
In my opinion, though, it's like usually rape is glossed over, or kind of exploited in films, and this was, I think, you only know what rape's like if you've been raped, but I can only imagine there's no gloss for that. Rape in film is usually, it's 30 seconds. This is like nastiest depiction. Anyway, made me fall in love with Vincent Cassel and Monica Bellucci, and Gaspar Noé as well.
Hope says hi, Dad.
I hope. Is she at work? Shouldn't you be working?
She sent a picture to us. They bought a record player.
Proud father. She makes me proud in many ways, but there's the latest.
Right.
Isn't she? Seriously though, aren't you supposed to? Used to be. Why
She worked
aren't you at
earlier.
school now? Why aren't you at work?
I know she went to work earlier.
Oh, okay. I thought
We
she
talked
worked.
earlier.
Right? Okay, cool. So she can be able to work on.
Oh,
the
she's on
apartment
break.
tonight?
Oh, wait, yeah,
see?
she was working
She's on
till
break.
1 today.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because
Yeah.
I actually told her, I was
Right.
like, come hang out with your dad on YouTube. And cheers to the crew at the movie theater.
Woo. Won't say where,
man.
but at
Shall
your
we?
theater.
So I'm drinking.
Face hugger.
We went to we're craft beard. What's a craft beard? We're craft beer nuts here, and well, Shelley and I are, and we went to New England Brewing, which is not in New England. It's in New Haven, Connecticut. But anyway, we love that place, and look at this cool can. I don't know if you can see that. Face hugger. Instead of an alien, it's hops, and this is delicious. So cheers. I'll drink out of a can, Shelley. You're gonna tell me go ahead.
I didn't get you a glass.
The diabolical Dr. Z. Jess Franco, one of the most prolific filmmakers in genre history. In my opinion, some people probably get pissed by me saying this. Most of his films are shit, in my opinion. That said, if you make 200 of them, and only a small portion is good, that's still probably like 30 films or something. So anyway, I prefer his black and white films, which are his early films, of course, because they were forced to have that restraint, but at the same time they were still kind of provocative for the time before he went full out, like Harry Bush and stuff like that. But anyway, I love his four. I think it's 4 black and white horror films. Finally upgraded, diabolical Dr. Z. All right, so it's so cool to have the upgrade on that. So now I think I have Blu-rays for all his black and white stuff. All right, we're good. K, right? So now we're back. We're back on track here. Killer's Moon. Look at that. Drink up. I said artwork again. 88 Films, which lately I have a ton of their stuff, but lately I don't know. They've been recent. There's a lot of like kung fu stuff, which is fine, but we only collect horror. So strictly speaking on horror, I've bought a lot less from them lately because they're branching out into other genres, which is fine. But so this is like the old school VHS cover, I believe. I think I rented this from Blockbuster like back in the day. Pretty nasty. Excuse me, my voice. Nasty British exploitation kind of. I think girls.
It's like a Clockwork Orange kind
Yeah,
of
it kind
cover.
of is. Absolutely.
With the bowler
is.
hat and the white outfit.
Girls, like I want to say are they at a school?
Looks like it.
Yeah, and basically some guys escape from psychiatric hospital, and basically I'm just fuck with the girls. But it has like I think they're on drugs or something, the guys at the time, so it kind of has this like trippy, surreal elements to it. I haven't watched it in so long, so I was happy when this upgrade came out. Anyway, I think this was on the UK video nasty list, but everything was, so not necessarily mean anything. But another one from the Kino sale, which included some Cold Red releases. Love Butcher, really weird film. I haven't seen this in a really long time, and I honestly don't. Look at this guy.
What? It's Bubbles.
He's a creep. Look at that. Look, again, great artwork. I have no other adjectives.
The Love
Am I fucking with
Butcher.
the? I feel like I'm fucking with the light or something.
It goes in and out of
It's weird.
focus, but that's okay. If you hold it up long
Oh, you
enough.
still looks good, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be paranoid. After what happened with the last
I
video.
know.
To everyone else that isn't here watching, does everything look okay? Yay or
How
nay?
clear is the picture?
On the scale, I'm not touting 4K here. I'm just on a 1 to 10. Did you give me like a 6? Not me personally, how I look, but just the the overall clarity.
What was
Earthquake.
that site? RateMe.com or something?
Rape me?
Rate
Oh.
me. You get rated.
RateMe.com.
Yeah, that's a dark web.
Charles. I don't know if anyone. They're all asleep.
I'll text Hope. See
Yeah, there you go.
see what she thinks. She gives it a 7.
7 question mark. So yeah, is that like I'll take a 7.
7's probably better than the 1 it was the last time you streamed.
My buddy Lionel, hopefully, I think he's his kid's birthday or something. But Lionel, my boy from Cali, she'll watch this on the syndicated episode. He said it didn't look as bad as I made it out to be. He told me like I should have kept it up, but no, I watched it back. It was bad. I'll probably put on give me some Boy Harsher.
Yeah.
I don't forget who it was, but someone said that the volume was doable. So, oh man, I love this slasher. I showed this on the video that I ended up deleting. I love this film so much. This is a modern slasher, but unfortunately, it was overdid, kind of like the throwback style, which there are a lot of. I don't know, bad homages. But anyway, I love this slasher so much. Shelley, you love this one, Lost After Dark.
Mm-hmm.
Had the DVD forever, had to upgrade it, and I threw it in the red case. You kind of, us collectors, we're all neurotic, right? I mean,
There's definitely something neurodivergent about having collections
we can
like
debate about this, but I just love. I mean, you like what you like, and if you can find a passion in life, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Right before you die, like this green, threw this in a green case.
this.
Like,
That looks
you
amazing.
care about your collection. You just want, I don't know, you want everything to look good. It's another example. How good that prom night looks in a red case. Just it's all about eye candy while we're on this earth. And I thought the red case looked great for Lost After Dark. Anyway, it's got what's his name from Terminator? No, not Arnold. He was not in a retro slash. Oh man, what's his name? Something Patrick?
Something Patrick.
I can't see a goddamn thing.
Neil
man.
Patrick Harris.
No. Was that Doogie Howser?
Yeah.
What's his name, guys? Come on.
Sean Patrick Flannery.
No, different Patrick. Why can't I can't even see the. Is he Robert Patrick. He was he was one of those and featuring at the end because he didn't get like a full paycheck or something. Anyway, great high school kids who are probably much older. Actually, they seemed like all the actors could have been younger, but they probably were in their 20s. Anyway, so they end up like during the dance. I don't know if it was prom, but they steal one of the school buses and they go to like the woods to party, and they end up like of course encountering a crazy killer, and but all the characters are super likable, even though characters who are supposed to be kind of like dicks, even they're likable. Love this cast. I think this start. You're not gonna be able to see him anyway. There's a adorable chubby guy in this, portly fellow, and I think that started Jay and I to come up with the award, which only happens here and there when required, of like most adorable fat guy award. And I think it was the dude in here who, it's just such a great ensemble cast. Kills are good, good atmosphere, good score. I just love it so much. So if you've never seen it, I don't really see a lot of people talk about this film. Lost After Dark, great artwork, and yeah. I wish every now and then I'll borrow that director on Instagram. He hasn't done anything since then. I'll be like, come on, please make another horror film. Mad Doctor of Blood Island. This is one of those weird phases of the Filipino horror craze that happened in the 80s where basically this, I don't remember what production company, they just would throw them some money, and Eddie Romero they'd send him to the Philippines and tell him to make us like 5 horror movies. And anyway. So there's Sever put out a box set of all these, but I didn't really want to spend it on those. They're fun, but I didn't really want to spend the money on these films. So this was my favorite of that batch. I do like, is it Brains of Blood? I'm forgetting it. Anyway, what's sad is I'll probably just end up buying all of them separately anyway, and I could have just bought the box set for cheap anyway. So, haven't watched that movie already on time. Filipino horror. If anyone's watching from the Philippines.
Do you know Mike Aube, A-U-B-E?
I think so.
Happy to see you're still active on YouTube. Love your content. Keep it cult.
Active is debatable. I mean, I do my one award show. Shit's coming though, man. Like when stuff settles down here, we're doing a studio in the new house eventually. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get back into podcasting. In case you don't know, because it appears that there's some new people tonight, which is awesome. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with me, with us. Cannibal Holocaust is my podcast. Unfortunately, there's only a few episodes. Shit hit the fan in our lives. We ended up moving and selling a house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, other stuff, but that COVID thing. But that really had no bearing on my podcast. But nonetheless, so it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts. Cannibal Holocaust. Obviously, you know the play on the words, I would hope. And yeah, there's a few episodes. Check it out. And it will be coming back. And then plus, I want to do more with the channel once I get that studio going. So there will be more than the awards eventually. But plus, our band's like in the middle of a full-length record that's taken us years to. Mm-hmm. So once that's done, I feel like I'm not a good multitasker, as you can see. Mad Ron's Previews from Hell. I've heard about this for years.
That's cool. Looks like a comic book.
So it's. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys have these like trailers. You have any of those like DVD sound they're just trailers?
Yeah,
those are great to just throw on like in the background. Your new TV.
Yep.
Especially if you're having some people over, you're not really like watching it, or like a Halloween party. Those are great. So anyway, so I always love getting these anyway. But I've heard this one's cool. It's from. I don't want to say it was like cable access, but it kind of became kind of notorious. Kind of this host dresses up, and I don't know. I think it was on one of you guys might be able to elaborate on that for me. But it's a fairly well known from the '80s, kind of like low budget trailer show that had like some cool a cool host. Anyway, I thought this was cool. I've never owned it, and this would be perfect to just throw on come October, maybe when I'm doing something else. So. This one, classic film, May. You ever see this in?
No.
Look at this edition, upgrade. I had this was actually part of our Halloween movie day. Mm-hmm. Was it 2 years?
Just
was it last year? Was it last year? Was this Rachel's pick?
Maybe.
Anyway, so
maybe.
Ironic that a year later we get this crazy edition for it. Look at that. I love how the artwork wraps around. I love that. Okay. Great film. Angela Bettis fell in love. Who could not fall in love with her after this performance? Anyway, great Second Sight Films. You guys know, amazing company. We like our booklets, the art cards. Which actually, I'm talking to Shelly. I want to we get all these cool like free shit with these releases, like that charger. But you get these cool art cards, and then you throw them back in the box, and then they sit there, and I want to start like framing some of these throughout the house. So we're basically making our house like a horror.
It's a horror gallery.
I mean, just everywhere you go, except for a small spot with like family photos and like some music stuff, but 80%. But anyway, I would like to go through kind of all these cool releases. Actually, this would look amazing frame, and start using some of this stuff and displaying it instead of it just sitting in a box.
You got a couple more comments. No York said you're the purest YouTuber who is true to the horror fandom.
You say purist? Is that
Purist.
what purist?
P-U-R-I-S-T.
I've never been called the P word in my life.
I've been watching you for years and will continue to the end, my friend. That's awesome.
Who is this?
New York.
New York.
Yeah.
That's true.
What's your like real? You don't have to give me the like your mailing address and your full name. But what's your first
What's
name?
your
New
first
York's
name?
like
Yeah.
just instead of
New
calling it.
York. That's awesome. And then Robert McLean
Sure.
says, "Are there any rare editions that have eluded you over the years you've yet to acquire?"
Oh, absolutely.
Plenty. Yeah, definitely. Plenty.
Probably the most like thing I could say now. Actually, I mentioned Terror for Tom earlier. I messaged him and asked if he'd. So we've traded before. I've asked him if he was willing to like sell this one. I already knew the answer, but you got to throw the spaghetti on the wall. And it's the basket case. There's like a German. Sam, you want to do me a favor?
Yeah.
You want to grab me that pinhead? Just to give you guys. I don't want to like. For those of you who aren't into like collecting like the German box sets, thank you, sir. Like this. Like there's a lot of cool like bust box sets from German companies. I have a lot of them. Thanks, Sam. I just wanted to show it. So there's a basket case one where it's what's his name, Belial, in the basket, and it's the box set and it comes with the Blu-ray. So I had ordered one years ago. They only make like 100 to 200 of these things, if that. And so I ordered one, and it fucking like arrived damaged, which we've had like a lot of bad luck sometimes with that stuff. And
Yeah,
the problem is
shipping
like I couldn't I got my money back. The problem is like there's so few made. It's not going to just send you another one. They only had one. So anyway, I would say that's probably like right now I have we have a lot of bust ones like that, and we pretty much have all the ones I think that we wanted. There's a cool Sleepwalkers one, which I'd actually like to get, the 90s film. But yeah, I mean, there's not too many, but yeah, I would say that'd be the biggest one right now is basket case. Bust set, whatever you want to call it. But especially nowadays, like so much stuff coming out. Stuff's a lot more accessible now, as long as you pull the trigger quickly enough. Midnight Matinee, there it is. There it is, guys. Your Ron DeSantis. Anyway, so look how it's just like
It's obnoxious.
M, and then what's M mean? Occasional violence, course line. It's just so big.
The
Look
whole
at
explanation.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so explain this. So I did have a notebook. Sam, didn't you say you had a notebook or you have a notebook?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he says.
Yeah.
That Sam, I gotta tell you, as two heterosexual men, that was a big turn on when you told me you had a notebook. I thought that was really cool. Anyway, so I have so many notebooks, so you like lose one and then you write, or it gets too messy anyway. So now it's on my phone. I'll like save the picture of a movie I want to buy. But I do still have some of these notebooks. But anyway, this is, in case you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking about, notebook. I mean like you're writing down films that you want to buy eventually. Anyway, so this is probably one of the oldest films in my original notebook that I've wanted to buy. And I actually saw this film. It's actually not an old film. It's from like, I want to say this is 80s or early 90s. But I saw this on Netflix, like early Netflix. Like when did Netflix, here's a trivia question. Like what was the first year of Netflix?
Well, you were able to get the DVDs first.
Yeah, it was yeah.
It was a DVD?
Well, they had DVD, but then there was streaming too. It was kind of a mix. Like you could get the DVD sent to you. So I want to say I did see this stream.
1998.
Yeah.
That's
April
when
14th,
Netflix started.
1998.
So I guess it was at the point where they were still sending the discs out, but they also did stream stuff. And anyway, I saw this streamed on there. And I really liked it. I like any horror movie that takes place in a movie theater. I mean, but and I really don't remember much because I haven't seen it since then. But it's been in my notebook like a long time. So I finally to my knowledge, this is the
First
only
DVD ship.
physical release
gonna
of this
quote him.
film is Midnight Matinee. Yeah, so I don't remember too much about it. I just remember it's in the theater. I think it's actually an Australian film too. But anyway, so it's cool that I haven't seen this in a really long time. And this is going way back in my horror notebook. So happy to finally add that to the collection.
Tom, guess what the first DVD shipped on Amazon was ever?
Like the actual
Not
title.
Amazon, on Netflix.
Like
Yeah.
the movie itself.
Yeah, what
Oh,
movie
man.
was it?
Should it be one that is it like a classic or something?
Yeah.
You gotta give me a hint.
It's an 80s classic.
Not horror, so it's probably
No, not
Breakfast
horror.
Club.
No, but it was that era.
16
Definitely that
Candles.
era. No.
All right.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
First DVD shipped was
See the
Beetlejuice.
anecdotes you get on here? David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. I actually want to thank my daughter Hope because we didn't own this at all. Not, you can't own everything. So it would have been, it was in the Notebook. It would have eventually been purchased, but she I don't know how she ended up with this. She ended up with 2 of these. So I think maybe someone like that she worked with gave her this Criterion release, and then like, I don't know.
Alex might have gotten.
Yeah,
it
so
for
anyway,
her, too.
so
Yeah.
I don't have to, I can cross this off without having to spend any money, so that's cool. David Lynch, love him, of course. I would consider this kind of like middle of the line Lynch. I know some people love it. This is one I'm saving for October. I've never seen this, and this is from a few years back. So this, unfortunately, wasn't eligible for my awards this year because there was no release of it, but it's called, cool title, Murder Me Monster. This is an Argentinian film, which generally speaking, I tend to enjoy films from that area. Alejandro Fadel. Great artwork, though. Great artwork again. And
Drink.
anyway, as you guys can see, I have a big list for October, as it should be. That's our month, man. That's our time. And we watch horror all year round, of course. But
Robert McLean asks, do you own the German Maniac bust?
absolutely.
He said probably my favorite edition of all time.
Here's the thing, Robert. You got to make clear which one, because cool thing is there's 2 of
German,
them.
he said.
Oh, there's
That
2 of them.
makes a
There's
difference.
the one, we have them both. I wish I could like can
We
it
have
over.
them both? What?
It's that whole case of Maniac over there.
Oh.
There's the one of like the poster, the guy holding the head,
Oh, yeah.
holding the head, and then there's the one of
The head.
the models, the head itself. So which one are you referring to? Because we have them both, and I love them both so much. We have a down here. The other side of this area is going to be like a museum, work in progress. But we have a full case of just Maniac like editions. There's an awesome globe, like snow globe version of. Anyway. Paul Nashi, we named our cat. We have a cat named Nashi. They called him the Spanish Carlos. Is that what they call him? I might have just been pulling that out of my ass. I'm pretty sure. No, they call him the Spanish Lon Chaney, I believe. Google it. Sam, get on that phone.
I'm gonna
Did
Google
they
it.
call Paul Nash? He's charging. Let him charge his phone, people. Jesus. Night of the Executioner. This is one I've never seen of Paul Nashi. Most known for his werewolf films, but he got a Lifetime Achievement, which I do on my award show.
He was the Spanish Lon Chaney.
I didn't just
That's
make
what
that
I
up.
Googled, and Paul
The
Nashi came up.
anecdotes. Really? You Googled that phrase?
All I said
That's
was the
amazing.
Spanish Lon Chaney.
I mean, if you don't like Paul Nash, come on. I mean, his film, director, producer, actor, writer, legend. Again, he got a
He's
Lifetime
gotta-
Achievement Award on my awards a few years back. But yeah, just
He's got to be the most laid man in movies.
oh, he gets mad chicks
Every movie.
in the
he
movies,
gets
and I'm
mad
guessing in real
chicks.
life too. And he was like an Olympic wrestler before he got into all this shit.
Or like
Yeah.
power lifter or something, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Power.
He
I
was
don't know
something
why
like
he said
that.
wrestler.
Well,
You
you're
know Tor
still
Johnson?
big.
Huh?
Was he friends with
Tor Johnson. No, he's not. He's not that old.
Not that big either. Like not tall.
Yeah, he was a
at
very
all.
stocky, like.
He was probably
big-
like 5'5".
But he got
Like
mad hot
little.
chicks, man.
Yeah.
The Outwaters this year, another one I need to watch. It's weird that this, if you guys can hear Boy, that's Boy Harsher in the background. Sam, can you put the band name and the title in front of me?
Ticker across the bottom
Little
of
ticker,
the
what's currently playing. Anyway, this cool slipcover, so it's weird. Like, so this is sub-label. What is it? Shit, there's one of those things where there's like 8 companies on the bottom of this. Anyway, so like, here's some more good artwork. So like, Vinegar Syndrome, every month they put out their releases, and it's just weird. Usually modern horror stuff, people are more apprehensive, unfortunately, to purchase. I was just talking about that with Sam earlier, and it's weird, like this. So I was like, well, I'll just wait, because people don't like to buy the new stuff generally. And then like the slipcover version like sold out like super quick. I was like, what the fuck? So then, I don't know, it just pissed me off. I'm not the type that you have to have. I just had You're Alive come on.
All right.
It like reminded me that I'm live.
Okay, because nothing came up on the
Okay,
screen
good.
here.
Is it like
That was just for you.
It's weird.
It's just a reminder in case
I
you
almost
fell
had,
asleep
I
or
almost
something.
like, like my heart almost skipped. It was like the recording. You're out of memory or something.
It's okay, you're alive.
Yeah, like it's just like,
You're alive.
oh, shit, my memory card is full. We used to do that, dude.
Yes, we
We
had
used to
so many
use,
memory cards.
like the camera, right? And we
Yeah.
tape the show, and then we'd have to stop it and kind of act like we started back. Like, what word did I say? It was so funny. Anyway. So anyway, the slipcover, like I said, I don't need to have the slipcover, but I did like this slipcover. I think it's a cool slipcover. Anyway, long story short, the Mighty Orbit got it later somehow, and I got to take it to the slipcover version. So the story worked out in the end. I know you guys were very concerned. Another black and white creature one that I've never seen, which has a lot of zeros in the title, The Phantom from 10,000 Leagues. I should watch this with the Million Eyes one, right?
Yes.
Just be like the Zero Night. Are there other horror films with zeros in it? There's a question.
Yes.
First one who answers
Gets a shout out.
gets a dick pic from me.
It's not unsolicited.
I have seen about
This
half
is
of
consensual.
That. I fell asleep, but it was decent.
My dick pic?
No.
You saw half
Half
my
of that.
dick pic, and that was
Half of
actually
it.
all of it, man.
And then fell asleep.
Kill
And he
him
fell
fine,
asleep. You thought it was half of it. That was all of it. The
I
fa-
fell asleep though.
I have a very small and boring dick.
And boring.
guys.
Yeah.
The Phantom from 10,000 Leagues. What other horror films have like a lot of zeros in it? Well, I mean, do you consider 20,000? That's not a horror film. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
No, it's like sci-fi,
Well, I'm
right?
just trying to like. I would call that like an adventure film, maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I can't
just
think of any right now.
trying to get involved, trying to get everyone involved, man. Phantom from 10,000 Leagues. Oh, they don't show the creature on here. Anyway, this is Kino Lorber. Again, to show my neurotic eccentricities. All my Kino Lorber movies and our movie, and Scream Factory, I put them in the silver case, the clear case. You see that?
It looks great.
It just someone validate this by saying, "Yeah, man, that's cool."
I think it's British, right? That movie?
This movie?
Yeah.
It very well could be.
Pretty-
I've never seen it.
Maybe it's that name.
So it's the guy who edited From Hell It Came, which I showed earlier. Edited. So it's a meaningless anecdote there. Anyway. So Kino and Scream Factory, I put them in the clear case. I don't know. It looks really nice on the shelf, like when they're lined up. Anyway, no one gives two fucks. Oh, here. Well, this is a good example. That worked out good. So here's a Scream Factory release, and you can see they're in the clear cases, and they look really nice.
They do.
I
They're
find the
nice
blue
lined
cases
up.
boring.
Yeah.
So when I can't, like black,
Red.
so the black and red, or the black ones are the easiest to find now, but a red
The
is
green
kind of tough.
looks
The
amazing.
few green, anyway, yeah. So when I can, anyway, you can find these clear cases on eBay. There's actually a seller where we used to live sells them.
Mm-hmm.
So you give them like 30 of them for
Buffalo, right?
Niagara Falls, yeah.
Oh, Niagara Falls.
So 30 of them, it's like $20. I know he's probably like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I want some.
I
Oh,
think-
they do look nice.
Yeah, dude. So I can tell you,
All together,
they're great,
they do
man.
look nice.
Just to have.
There's like 100 pack one of these
Just
days.
a box
Just to
of
have.
it.
Just, I'll give you one if you want. Just to have.
Just print your own cover.
Sam's either going to never come back here again, or he's going to want to dive into the world of physical media. Poser. Sam, you saw this, right?
Oh, loved it. Just recommended it the other day, actually.
One of my faves of this year. Poser. Guys, check this
So
out.
good.
If you don't want to get the physical... Well, I assume if you're like watching this, you have to be like a big physical media guy.
I watched it on streaming.
But yeah, it is streaming. I love this. What's her name? I'm gonna forget her name. She was nominated for actress and babe. We have a hottest babe award on my award show, and it was for what's the name of the film?
Carolina Bang Award.
I looked it up after. I couldn't remember.
That's the name of the. What's the name of the film that she was in?
Sylvie Mix.
That's Sylvie Mix. She, by the way, great musician. She can sing. She sings in this film.
Yeah.
Love her. Absolutely love her. Anyway, so it's kind of about a music scene. And it's one of those horror adjacent films. Horror enough. I have a very liberal view of what a horror film is, but definitely. Double Walker. So
Oh.
Double Walker was the. Let me see the.
Obstacle Course.
Anyway, so it's kind of a local music scene. As someone, you know, we're in a band. We've been in bands most of our lives. So it's kind of like playing on Ohio, right? That was the scene in the film, I think.
I think so.
I think the music scene was in Ohio, and it was it was real band. Was it
New
Ohio?
York City?
Was it New York City? Oh, I thought it was Ohio.
I
Anyway,
don't remember.
it's like a music scene, and there's real bands in the film, which is super cool. So there's kind of like in some respects, it's kind of like a parody in a way, but it gets dark as the film progresses, and so it's cool as someone being a part of a music scene for most of their life. There were some like kind of things that tongue-in-cheek things that you can like
Pretty relatable.
Relatable there and connect with, but. Long story short, kind of an obsession film and what you do to be liked and be accepted within a scene. And Sylvie Mix is just fantastic. And really dark ending, that's all I'll say. But anyway, one of my favorite, probably best Indie of the Year nomination, most likely. It came with some cool stickers too. I forgot to mention, so her character runs a podcast of the local music scene, basically. Yeah, I had some cool stickers from. She says like, "I'm not a stalker. I host a podcast." And then one of the bands in the film identified themselves as Queer Death Pop, so I had that sticker on my truck.
Queer Death Pop.
I remember once she's like, "What would you describe Queer Death Pop?" Prague Nights. Oh my God, this is my latest.
Whoa.
One of my. You're gonna see there's a couple coming up of horror obsessions. How long have I been doing this right now? 2 hours almost. It's not bad.
115 minutes.
Thank you all for still being here, Charles, man. I hope you're like, hope you have a drink or some chips or, I don't know,
Chips. Some snackies.
chicken tendies.
Robert McLean
Clip,
said, "I'm dying for the Ultimate Edition of Dead Alive."
Ooh, Dead Alive.
That would be
Is it
great.
coming? Is he like, or no? Is he
I don't know.
He's just throwing that out there. Oh, I would agree with that, man. Of course.
Definitely deserves.
So this guy's is I want to say Polish. Yeah. Or fantastic art. Love the pink.
It's awesome.
Oh God, I think it's
Barbie core.
almost positive it's Polish. I want to say Prague, but
I was gonna say
but it's an anthology film, and it's from 69. I know they they compare it to like Bob's Black Sabbath in a way. I mean, not in the way stylistically, but it's I just hate to give shit away, but yeah, it's an anthology. The wraparound story is super cool. It's an awesome foreign 60s, just super creative horror, definitely horror, but it's got some other, and there's some comedic elements too, but super cool. This film blew me away. So happy to have this. The wraparound story, I think, for this Instagram, it's very like coquettish. There's this woman who she went to the theater and she's kind of like bored, and she ends up with this dude, this affluent guy who takes her out. He's trying to get some, but she's not really having it, and they end up like hanging out in the cemetery. So that's kind of like the wraparound story in between each vignette or whatever. But I loved it. So this is Vinegar Syndrome. Side label, is this stuff crocodile? God, I can't. Everything's so tiny. I gotta wear my glasses next.
Get a magnifying glass.
Jesus. Yeah, I know, right?
Will this help? Here.
It's Death Crocodile. I saw a little crocodile face on it. Anyway, so guys, if you haven't picked this up, if you're on the fence, or if you saw this cover and like, well, that's not horror, but if you love European kind of, in some respects, art house and like Polish new wave stuff, definitely grab it. Rawhead Rex. This is another one in the Kino sale. This was like $6. I'm not like a big steelbook guy. I mean, I have some. I mean, some people either love it or some people like hate steelbooks. I'm just kind of indifferent. I mean, they're cool. This came with a cool booklet, which has the original artwork that Clive wanted.
Weren't steelbooks kind of like early, like physical media, like collectors?
Oh, absolutely.
Because we do have a lot of steelbooks.
We do.
Because that's like how it started. I feel like.
For sure. I mean, there's still like big time steelbook nuts.
Yeah,
like they'll buy a film. I talked about earlier. How I only have. Why would you have a film that you don't want? I've seen people steal. It's like Alvin and Chipmunks. Like, I'll never watch this, but look at this steelbook.
Like, who
You know,
cares?
it's like-
so it's just
you know.
an
But anyway,
art piece.
this is not. It's like $6 on their sale. Crazy. I had like a
Still?
crappy. What's that?
Still?
It was a sale, but they have the
Oh.
sales like often, dude. Like I don't know if you ever gone to Kino Lorber. So much
No.
good stuff. They're dude. Like the Blu-rays were like $5 to $8, and they do this like every few months. Anyway, so I had like a crappy DVD, so that's a fun film. Not one of Clive Barker's best adaptations, but here's another red case. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
It looks awesome.
Come on, am I right?
See comment.
Am I wrong?
Kill thy neighbor.
Am I wrong? The red case.
Oh, you're right.
Red Letter Day. Let's see why I put that. Anyway, I think I showed this in the last video that only a select few of you were privy to. This is super cheap. I got this for anyway, it's I want to say like a few years ago. Super fun. It's kind of basically one of those like people in this neighborhood. It's kind of like I don't know, maybe middle class neighborhood, middle upper class neighborhood. Each house gets a letter telling them that they have to kill one of their neighbors, and it's very yeah, it's very kind of black comedy horror movie, but it's really awesome. Fairly low budget, but really well done. And of course, at first they're like all skeptical, and they're like, "Well, this should be like as I always say with a lot of modern stuff, it just happens all the time. Like, why is this film not get more fucking attention?" And even though this never ended up on my awards, because I think this was a film I didn't get to see the year it came out, but super fun, guys, and it actually gets pretty gory and pretty kind of intense towards the end of the film. Awesome movie. And this is a reverse artwork, but this is a no-brainer. Here's the other side, which is pretty.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, like look at that. Like.
They're both awesome.
Oh, really? You like that one? I think that one's. I mean, it's okay.
It's cool.
I mean,
I like
this.
It's not as cool as that. Yeah, but it's still cool.
I like the red case on that one too.
All right, Red Letter Day. We're in R. We're getting there. Renfield. I gotta admit, I don't think I would have bought this, but Shelley wanted this.
I
one.
liked it.
No, it was.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It was fine. I would say it's worth owning. Like we'll watch it again.
I'll
sometime.
watch it again.
Yeah. It was. It's fun. Nothing.
I love Nicolas Cage.
I thought this guy was good too.
Yeah.
I thought he was good. They did like him going to AA basically for being like for
Because he was in like an abusive relationship.
yeah that was
like
creative. It was basically him
Yeah.
going to therapy because he's in an abusive relationship with
Renfield.
Dracula.
Living with a narcissist.
Quid pro quo, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
So and it's fun. I'm fine having this on the shelf. I'll watch it again. Nothing great, but I mean Nicolas Cage is exactly as you would think he would play
I feel like I love anything he does.
Yeah,
like
me
I
too.
definitely haven't seen a lot of his movies, but what I have seen, I
You've
always
seen a lot
love.
of Nicolas Cage.
I don't know. There's a lot out there.
If you
that
actually,
I know I haven't
I'm not
seen.
saying you've seen them all, but I mean he's got to have a pretty extensive IMDb list.
Yeah.
Sayers, I don't know how to pronounce this. This is Korean, I believe. Nice to have some. I love Korean cinema. To me, they do the best revenge films. Like no one can touch them, in my opinion. But anyway, this isn't a revenge film, to my knowledge. Anyway, it's from this year. It's supposed to be pretty atmospheric. It's about anything relating with like pregnancy, that type of stuff, which I believe this is about.
Oh, I just realized it's a fetus in the apple.
Like,
I didn't catch
that.
that.
And horror always works.
Yeah,
As a
right.
father. Anyway, so this will get another one I gotta watch from this year. Another one from this year. She Came from the Woods. This was a lot of fun. Nothing particularly inventive or anything. Essentially a fun slasher. I don't want to use the word spoof because that suggests kind of like really goofy, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Nothing special, but I got it for cheap and I'm happy to have it. She Freak. Look at this.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing this on Offbeat Cinema. Did you ever see that, Charlie?
I've watched Offbeat
Yeah,
Cinema, but I don't.
this was definitely
I couldn't tell you
one-
a specific movie.
Yeah, there was back where I lived. There was would you call that cable access?
Yeah.
But not quite that cheap, but close. Not like
Not awful.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't
was
like,
still low
like-
budget. Yeah.
Tim and Eric, something they would parody, but
Yeah.
it was essentially
cool.
a regional show, and every Saturday night they would play Oftentimes horror, but it was kind of, I guess I'd say genre
Just black and
cinema.
white genre.
A lot of
yeah.
black and white, not all black and white, but mostly black and white. And so that was like the first, as someone who, since we got some new people here, like grew up in a very religious household, so unfortunately, and I wasn't even allowed to watch horror until later. So apparently I kind of like made up for lost time and just became obsessed. But so like a lot of people have their like that, you know, watershed moment of like when I couldn't even tell you sadly like what the first horror film I ever saw. But I will say that some of those films, the first time like I saw Night of the Living Dead, Carnival of Souls, would have been from Offbeat Cinema, which is probably in my maybe early teen years. But anyway, so I saw this film on that show, and to see, not a very good film, but low budget. Is this 60s?
Looks like it.
67. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, great art. The slip cover is just, yeah. So this immediately just reminded me of Offbeat Cinema and kind of like the minimal amount of my youth with horror, which was unfortunately minimal. But anyway, so this is by Vinegar Syndrome. No, this is their AGF. I don't know, whatever. They have 8 million sub labels, and anyway, I'll just say Vinegar Syndrome, which we went to last year.
Yes.
Their home base called the Arc. What's the place called? I don't know. Anyway, it's in Connecticut if you've ever been there. The home base. It's not called like Vinegar Syndrome. But, all right. Jean Rollin, one of my all-time favorite directors, French. Indicator put out these releases. I have bitched about this on Instagram. What's going on there?
Give it a
Earthquake?
try.
Indicator, I have a bunch of their sets over there, and usually they have like the thick Scanavo case. I'm going to sound really nerdy right now.
What's that mean?
Scanavo. This is a Scanavo case, everybody. What's a Scanavo case? It doesn't have the space on the top with Blu-ray. You see the artwork fills the whole thing, which I think is great.
I like that actually.
This is when everyone's going to leave watching. It's like, all right, I've had enough.
Talk about the actual format.
Yeah, like, anyway, so you see that it's thick. It's actually the cases that Criterion uses for their Blu-rays.
Okay.
So the artwork fills the whole thing, which I think is great. I hate
yeah.
that. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
technically getting more artwork. So anyway, so usually Indicator does that, but for these sets, they use this like cheap digipack, which was disappointing to me because like if this breaks, you're like screwed. Like if this
Yeah.
cracks, you know, like it's nice, it's got the artwork, but I was just disappointed that I don't know, like everything else about it's fantastic. This outer slip case is really hard. They give you a beautiful booklet, but I was just really when this was announced and they showed like this preview, I was expecting it to be like their other sets, which have the Scanava case, but again, you know.
It's one of my favorite artworks too, so far. Honestly.
Yeah, it's great. Like you got to see some of his films, man. Atmosphere.
Yeah.
He got kind of, to me, unfair, like lesbian vampire subgenre, but that like doesn't give they're super atmospheric, super poetic, and a lot of times the producers would want him to make them more racy, even though he didn't want to.
Huh.
And he did like some porn films just for money,
Yeah.
but so he was like very misunderstood. But anyway, like the atmosphere in these films, if you guys are fans of Jean Rollin, they're in the French countryside, the locations, beaches, ruins. It's just amazing. There's so, dude, I'll send you a list of like all the ones to watch. Anyway, one of my all-time favorite directors, and you know I'm not going to complain. These are super nice, but hey, we spend our hard-earned money. We can nitpick if we want to, but nonetheless, I'm grateful that his work. I have some nice editions on DVD, and he's been excuse me, he's gotten regular Blu-ray releases before, but certainly grateful for these very nice editions, and it looks like they're going to put all of his stuff out. Say this fast, Short, Sharp Shocks, which I actually use that as my example of it. But there's 2 volumes. These are British shorts and like short films, so some of them are like shorter than others. Anyway, I've never seen any of these, so these would be super cool. I want to say these are mostly 70s. No, it looks like there's some stuff. Oh, this all over the place. There's 40s, 60s, 80s.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
super
really
cool.
fun.
And to my knowledge, I haven't seen any of these. I don't see how I would have, like, just randomly. So anyway, I was told by someone too that these are awesome. So BFI put these out in the Skin Auto case. Now that you know, if you didn't know before.
Now we know.
Super great artwork. So yeah, this would be a good October watch too. This was a first time watch. I'm getting there, guys. I'm at S. The show. One of those films. This was in the Notebook for a long time. I want to say news. No, this is British. Okay. Really weird. Basically, the guy would like scream. The guy screams and someone eventually like die. It's weird. Supernatural elements. I enjoyed it though. I like Susanna York. She's always great. But yeah, nice artwork there.
And that's like John Hurt, like Alien John Hurt?
Yeah. Yeah, super cool. Alan Bates, John Hurt, Susanna York. Yeah, great cast. 78. Yeah, very weird film, but super cool. So that was a really fun full-time watch. Skinamarink, the most polarizing film of the year, absolutely divisive. Hence the reason I'm holding it, guys. I absolutely loved it. I know it's love-hate. I'm sure any of you that are still here either loved it or hate it, if you have seen it. But we have both, Sean and I absolutely loved it. Did you see this with me?
No, it's on my list. It's like top of the list.
Dude, with the TV, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a, yeah.
it's
a lot easier.
you know, it's one of those that you either resonated with you or it didn't, and it did for us, big time. I'll say it right now. This is going to get a Best Picture nomination on the award. But I get it, you know, it's certainly not for everybody. But there's a steelbook. We watched this again. We have a pretty nice surround sound system, and it sounded great.
It looks so interesting.
Great auditory film, great sound design.
I know nothing about it either.
Oh, that's
Really
good.
nothing. I
Sweet.
can't wait.
Hey, Casey joined. Damn, I
Casey.
had no idea this was live streaming was happening. Wait, I had no idea this live stream was happening. I'm super late. Casey, we still got a lot to go.
Yeah, we're in the S's, and I got
Yeah.
box sets. So,
Yep.
that Casey Robert.
Yep.
Oh, cool. What's up, man? Always nice to be graced by your presence, man. One of the few people on Facebook I enjoy,
Heck yeah.
or that I'll actually like pay attention to what's
Still
going
interact
on.
with.
Yeah, like Chars, man. What's the Dines? Oh, you said the Dead Alive edition. Yeah, for sure, man. I love this. It's got to be coming, right? A Dead Alive edition. Spoonful of Sugar. Remember this show?
Mm-hmm.
You saw it, right? With the babysitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love. Definitely one of my favorites of the year. Oh, I would say like indie perspective. Pretty. I don't know. Fairly provocative, I would say. I think it goes to places I wasn't necessarily expecting. Basically, babysitter she's like acid or something, some type of pill, and she gets pretty fucked up, and then like, some kind of
It's like ecstasy or something.
provocative things ensue. Really cool. It went further than I thought it was gonna go. Let's say that. But so this is on Shudder, so if you stream that, check it out. Yeah, I love that Shudder, a streaming service, puts out physical media. That's super cool. It's weird that they do some DVD, some Blu-ray. I don't know how they determine that. I wish they, as someone, I mean, I like DVD, clearly, if you can see behind me, but why not just release them all on Blu-ray? I don't get that. Or like what determines what they pick? I don't know. But anyway, appreciative to have that on physical. Look at this title: Stale Popcorn and Sticky Floors. There's like a doc. I'm not big on documentaries. I mean, I don't mind them, but I kind of cherry pick on them. But just about 80s, kind of the 80s horror films in the theater, exploitation films. It's got some indie actors and directors that are interviewed. Seems cool, so pop that in one of these days. Love that Creep Show, obviously inspired cover, and great title. Stale Popcorn, Sticky Floors. Oh boy, we just watched this recently. Long awaited upgrade. We love this film.
Yes.
Storm Warning.
So good.
Australian film. Man, this was back in the day. I don't have anything.
It's like mid-
You old school people remember Dimension Extreme. Do you remember that? What was that, Rudy?
Rudy just jumped from back here.
Look out. It could have lost the whole production. Rudy, you fucker.
I'm watching.
Everything could have went down in flames. I was at S too. I was so close. So anyway, highly recommend it, guys. So if you guys, I don't want to say old school because we're only talking maybe 20 years, 15, 20. Say only. To some people, that's their whole life. Dimension Extreme, you guys remember that DVD? So in the early days of like DVD, Dimension Extreme, that's like the first time I saw Inside, the amazing French film. Dimension Extreme put it out. Frontiers, so some of those French ones. Black Sheep. And I still have all those DVDs, and I'll keep them because it's just nostalgia sake. Anyway, so Storm Warning, I remember watching this with Shelly and some other buddies. Absolutely loved it. Mike 26 always like when I called it the adult Home Alone essentially.
Yeah.
But badass chick. Basically, they couple is doing a little boating trip. They end up stranded because of a storm on an island. They end up in a house with these crazy backwoods type dudes. And basically, the male, I don't know if they were married, the husband ends up hurt. Yeah. So it basically comes down to the leading lady here fighting back, and she makes some awesome like trap. I don't want to give everything away.
Yeah, don't spoil it. She's like, an artist.
She's great, and awesome practical effects and kills. The kills are fantastic. All the characters are great. Super fun. Pick this up. So you can get the DVD for cheap, the old school Dimension Extreme, but this is, I want to say this is Region 2 release. NSM Records. So hopefully you're region free, but anyway, I just want to make sure it wasn't. Yeah. So anyway, highly recommend. There is, maybe you'll recognize it by this. This is the cover art that the Dimension Extreme had, which actually was tempted to leave this because that's kind of like what I remember, with the
grabbing
TV.
That from.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Play.
So this has
Blockbuster.
like but I had to have the one with her on it, the sexy lady.
It's definitely, I never see anybody talking about this movie.
No.
And it's so good. It definitely needs to be talked about more. I
mean, with me, with a lot of modern stuff, I still, to this day, like, I did that top 50 on my Instagram of 2010 through 2019. And so many of those films, in my opinion, just... So follow me on Instagram, @HorrorsBall. I also have @Modern Horror Awards. Which I just post like all when I'm talking about a lot of the modern stuff. So you can follow me on Instagram @HorrorsBall. It's my personal page, and you will have to gain approval.
I gotta get you on TikTok too.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's another thing I was gonna say when I get my podcast going again and stuff. I'm gonna definitely have a TikTok channel. Try to get some of these films out there, meaning some attention. But yeah, follow me @Modern Horror Modern Horror Awards on Instagram, where I post a lot of the modern films. It's just so many should be classics, and just don't get the attention. One of the favorites here. So this hit me in the feels. Subspecies is back. Radu. We love this franchise here at Nightmare Video, and I totally wasn't expecting them to come back with one. And then you have Anders Hobe in the titular Radu role, and they got Denise Duff, who was in a couple of the other films. It was awesome, guys. I really liked it. I think it did justice to the franchise. I was, admittedly a little skeptical first, but yeah, it was awesome. Very cool. Highly recommended. Check it out. I threw it in the black case because I told you guys before I am neurotic. What a mess here, this pile, if you guys could see it.
That cleanup is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, cleanup's a bitch.
That's why it's called Nightmare Video, because of the cleanup.
We still got Boy Harsher rocking here?
Yeah. Oh wait, Casey said I got Deadstream today on DVD.
Dude, I still gotta grab it.
They didn't have the Blu-ray Steelbook at Walmart.
Dude, they had it at my Walmart, and it was $25, man. I just couldn't do
It's
it.
too much.
Yeah, like what's up with that? I got Skinamarink. Casey, did you see this, by the way? Did you?
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, I wonder if you would like that.
thought.
Anyway, so this was like 15 or something. So I don't know why. No, I definitely want to get it, and I could have gotten the Steelbook. I was like, I can't spend 25, man. So I'll bet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that one. Sion Sono, one of my favorite directors, at least definitely one of my favorite modern directors. Suicide Club, nice to upgrade that. Probably his most popular or most well-known film, Suicide Club. Great filmmaking auteur.
Oh, he heard you with whatever plastic you have. He probably thinks you have ketchup.
I got this for $3, guys. Severin's last sale. Never owned it. I actually the Blu-ray was like $5 or something, and it sold out. Sucked. I was pissed. But anyway, I got the DVD. Never seen it. This one's been in my notebook for quite a while. 70s, right? Pretty sure. No, 81. Survivor. I think it's about a plane crash and stuff. And
Yeah,
survivors.
There's a plane coming out of the
There's like a
eye.
plane and like a skull and survivors and stuff. So,
Pretty cool.
and yeah, as you guys can see, quite a few first-time watches for someone who, has a video store in their basement. It's pretty exciting that there's still so much to see. Giallo that I didn't yet own. Sweet Body of Deborah
Whoa.
with the lovely Carol Baker, who had her own box set made by Severin, which was up for best box set that year. Anyway, watched this recently. It was awesome. Fantastic. With Evelyn, the gorgeous, great cat. You got Evelyn Stewart, Luigi Pistillo, who always plays a scumbag. And he did in here. George Hilton, Jean Sorel. Oh, man.
Was he in Babe Blood?
Yes, I think so. Right?
Yeah. The husband.
Yeah.
The husband.
So yeah, just what a cast, and I believe Ennio Morricone did the score.
Okay.
The great-
Casey said he saw Skinamarink, wasn't a big fan of it. He really wanted to like it.
I
though.
get it, dude, man.
I mean, it
get
makes sense as long as you give it a chance. you
Dude,
know?
it is the consummate love-hate film. Absolutely. It
And
either works for you or doesn't.
Yeah.
It worked for me big time.
And then Robert McLean said the only thing that bugs me on the Skinamarink steelbook is the Shutter logo at the bottom.
Oh, dude, totally agree with that.
Let's see that
For
again.
sure.
I don't remember it.
I mean, it's not like it's subtle.
Not too bad.
I hear you. I would prefer
Yeah.
it not be there, but yeah, I hear you.
I've seen worse.
Yeah. Tamlin. This was the first time watch, guys. Another one. You're probably like, boo. I watched that 9 years ago. In the notebook, I almost got the I think BFI put this out, but I'm glad I waited. This is the imprint films. Nice edition. I'm going to tell you guys right now, this could all go to flames any minute. Either by an earthquake or my cat.
Yeah, Rudy.
So this was Roddy McDowell's, directed by Roddy McDowell, the great Roddy McDowell.
Directed by him?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you got to see it. Ava Gardner. I think when I posted this, I love seeing horror films with actresses that typically aren't in horror films. Like, trying to think. What's the one?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay, yeah, that's a good example. Jennifer Lawrence in Mother, which I love.
Right.
But going more back, didn't I show one earlier with an actress? Or Shirley
Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie, yeah, there you go. Shirley MacLaine in. I'm gonna forget the title. It's got kind of a long title. If you that into it, you probably know what I'm talking. Oh, man, I forget the name of the film. Anyway, she was in one
That stack
from the
somewhere.
70s. No, not it's up there somewhere. Elizabeth Taylor in Night Watch. Like I just
Yes.
love. So Ava Gardner. I think. Oh, it was
It's probably good down
It was
here.
Bride Wore Black. Is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ava Gardner, seeing her, it's super cool. And it has the lovely Stephanie Beach, who I love. Oh man, I'd last 2 seconds with her on a good day. Yeah, great day. I got this like really cheap on eBay. The Tank from this year, cool creature feature. Mostly practical from what I remember. A creature in this underground water tank, and yeah, it was cool. Thanks to Hope for this. Targets. Karloff film I've never seen. Hope is my dollar, by the way. Criterion. It's just released this summer from Criterion. A film I had heard about but had never seen, and he actually like plays kind of himself. He's like a horror actor, and oh man, I'm quickly going through here. version of himself whose fate intersects with that of a seemingly ordinary young man on a psychotic shooting spree around Los Angeles. So it's portraying the provocative relation between mass media and mass violence. So I'm sure this can relate to today and some of our violence with guns, huh? Targets. So excited to I'll have to watch this sometime, show.
Yeah.
This is 69, I believe. So yeah, thanks to my daughter for grabbing me this. The last Criterion sale. Karloff, can't go wrong with a new Karloff. Well, new to me. Terror, look at that. I've always loved this poster
Whoa.
art. Sexy thighs. Terror at Red Wolf Inn. This is also a very bad. I'm expecting a horrible transfer. This is by. I think it's called Cheesy Movies, but I wonder if it's the old Cheesy Flicks company. They just changed their name. But I mean, I can just tell the quality of the pictures back. It's gonna be like probably VHS quality, but I don't care. I love that they use the poster art, and there is no other option for this movie physically. So, and it was like $6 too. So, happy to add that to the collection.
Casey asks, "Hey Tom, did you get that new August Underground Blu-ray? He got it the other day."
Actually, did not. One, I think it's kind of silly. I'm not questioning you buying it, but August Under, it's like this, snuff film, shitty quality VHS, style, and I think having a Blu-ray of it is kind of redundant. So no, I won't be grabbing any of those. I have the nice
We have
original.
the VHS.
We have the VHS, we have the
yeah.
DVDs, we got signed by Fred, so I mean, there's really no reason.
If you didn't have copies
Yeah,
of it before,
if you didn't have it before, absolutely.
definitely.
But to upgrade a film like that, it's just, to me, just quality-wise, there's really no point. Plus, it's such a film that I watch not all, it's obviously,
Infrequently.
yeah, it's obviously a fucked up film that you don't really throw on. Not comfort horror, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I have the original releases from Fred, and like she said, if you didn't have it already, but to me, it's definitely not worth. There's too much to buy. I don't need to upgrade those. Theater of Death, again by the cheesy company, so it's probably gonna look like shit. But I've never seen this Christopher Lee '70s film in a theater, and this sadly is the only release of this film. So, man. I'm excited, and again, I'm not expecting a very good transfer at all, but why has this not been released? Come on. Sam's not playing, no, he's the cat wrangler.
He's cat wrangler. Yeah.
He's looking.
He's so tempted
Rudy,
to jump
you
on the
can't, man,
table.
I can't believe he's letting him
I
come.
know.
They came from beyond space. More great artwork
Oh.
from Kino in the clear case. Never seen it. British film. 60s, I believe.
Is that Fembots on the cover?
Better be.
Friend of the vampires.
We're almost there, guys. Super excited. Third Saturday in October. And it's basically a phony sequel. What does that say? Part 4. And there's only 2 of them.
Where are you
Up
looking?
here.
Part 5.
So there's part 5 and 1, but there's really only 2 films. So they, in jest, they act like there was multiple films, but there's just 2. So this is a double pack. This is from this year. It takes place on, obviously, Halloween, or in October. So I'm gonna watch this in October. It's from this year. I have high hopes. I've heard it's really cool. Trailers look great. They look kind of atmosphere-wise like 70s, and they're slashers. So it looks super cool. I'm really excited for this. So I'm gonna watch these. So there are 2 films, both from this year. So I'll watch these back to back in October, and hopefully they'll be nominated for stuff. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, check me out in January for the Golden Horn Awards. This will be the 13th, the 12th or 13th.
That sounds
Jeez,
right. 13.
yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
I hopefully we'll have my co-host back. He missed it last year. Sam, you're welcome to come live and see it live in studio.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
But yes, go on my channel, look at the live section. You'll see the last 2 years, and then everything else previously is in the regular section. Check them out. Hopefully it'll turn you on. I get it a lot. I say, turn you on to modern films that don't get enough love, if any at all. Thirst, happy to finally get this on Blu-ray.
Oh, nice.
Again, great Korean film.
That just came out on Blu-ray?
No,
Oh.
it's just
You
there's
got it.
another one part of the Kino sale. I definitely these were all like $6, $7. Which is great. Threw it in the clear case. Look at this guy. See him? Finally got his due from the Academy in Parasite.
Nice.
You see Parasite?
No.
Oh, man.
Great
That's a
Korean
must.
vampire
Yeah.
film. Oh, so this is another. I said earlier, Prague Nights was my latest horror obsession. Horror obsession. I got an accent all of a sudden. Horror obsession. Twilight. Not the Stephanie Meyer one. I had to say it. This is a. So it's shot in gorgeous black and white. It's a Hungarian film from. I want to say this is 80s. 1990. First time watch. This popped up and I just kind of read about it. I didn't even watch the trailer. I just read about it and it was right in my alley. Or I just had my horror intuition came in. A killer. Was this based on a true story? It was a killer, child killer. And it's kind of the investigation. This is such a brooding, forlorn atmosphere. It's so cool. And again, shot in black and white. So cinematography is fantastic. This is going to go down. I mentioned earlier, or I showed earlier, Holy Spider from this year. I told you I loved it. That and this, honestly, guys, are now probably my two favorite serial killer related horror films, with all due respect to Henry and many of the other ones. And the fact that I saw them both this year with these new additions, and one's kind of older, one's newer. So if you like just, again, brooding, atmospheric films, pick this up. By second run, which I've always called like the poor man's Criterion. I think I have another film coming up by them. So yeah, Twilight, check it out. If you just like that really dark, brooding serial killer film, more so on the aftermath of the deaths. Very dark. Here we go. Jean Rollin, Indicator, 2 Orphan Vampires.
That's awesome.
I won't reiterate what I said about what bothered me with packaging, obviously, because I already said it. But other than that, they are absolutely gorgeous booklet. There's the adorable Jean. We have a great documentary by him, or for him.
About him?
About him. So, one of his later vampire films, not as good as some of the early ones, but still very cool. So again,
What year is that from?
this one would have been late 90s, I think. Yeah, 97.
Oh.
So not the usual 70s, 80s stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of his later films, but it's really good. Nice to upgrade this. Sorry, I gotta put this back in. Almost done, guys.
Casey said I'll have to check out that Twilight. It sounds awesome.
Dude, check it out, seriously.
It's great.
I don't know, like I said, I'm bad at being able to tell you guys if it's streaming or where it is, but certainly look into it. And cinematography is gorgeous. Oh, Shelley will back me up on this. This is a blast. Unborn. Sam, if you ever just want to have a fucking good time, you and your
Look at that picture right in the middle.
So this, you guys, this was what I would consider a satisfying upgrade, because we've had the cheap deep with horrible artwork for so long. So if you guys don't know, so this is, what is this, like 80? This is post Return of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
Why do you
after.
have such a tough time finding sometimes the
'Cause
years
it's
on these
so
things?
small.
Well, sometimes they don't even like have it. I don't even see the year
Okay,
on
I'm
here.
gonna look it up.
I'm gonna guess like 87.
The Unborn.
87, 88 is what I'll go with on this one. So I talked about killer babies earlier. This isn't killer kid. This is like killer, like what? Infant.
91.
Was it 90? Okay, so that makes sense. It does
Yeah.
kind of have that early 90s.
There's also a
vibe.
2009.
No, I know.
The Unborn.
There's a part 2 that we have on the VHS shelf that we've never seen.
Well, it's The Unborn 2009, starring Gary Oldman.
No, that's not that
What?
one, Shelley.
I
That's not
know, but
related. No,
I know I'm scrolling down to the
No,
1991.
No, there's this part 2. This has Scott Valentine, I believe, is the.
No, part 2 didn't even come up. It was
Weird.
just 2009
Anyway.
and 1990.
Yeah, Gary Oldman has nothing to do with this.
No.
franchise. Anyway, so James Cameron's in it as a doctor.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah, we love him.
Love
That's
him.
Shelley's favorite film of all time. And I love Brooke Adams. Everything Prophecy, one of my favorite creature features ever. She's always great. Anyway, so if you see this baby, I don't know if you guys can see. You guys tell me if that looks pretty cool
Wait.
here. See the baby there, guys?
Yep.
You see it? So of course, oh, that looks really good. Look at that guy. Oh, look at that. Looks great. Look at that.
Oh,
So of course,
beautiful.
animatronic.
Beautiful.
So what is it like? She goes to fertility clinic, right? Her and the husband can't,
Conceive.
and so she goes to this controversial James Cameron
James
doctor.
Cameron.
Long story short, this baby's kind of fucked up, and but there is, as ridiculous as it is, there are some dramatic sides because it's her deep desire to have a kid, and it overshadows when you know something's wrong. You know what I mean? So, but nonetheless, towards the end, there's the final act of this film, guys. I don't want to give it away.
Don't.
You'll stand up and clap.
Yeah.
This is
You'll be happy it goes there.
I used to call them rooftop films in the early shows because you want to run after you're done seeing the film. You want to run to your top of your house or apartment and just scream the name of the movie. That's what this is. Unborn is a rooftop film. Anyway, so this is a German media book. It's got the padded. It's like squishy. You could sleep on this. But yeah, what an upgrade! If I could show you how bad the DVD was. So this is a great upgrade. Media book. So you got the pictures and stuff. We all like pictures.
We all like
I
pictures.
don't want to give anything away here. I don't want to accidentally show the last scene.
Yeah, but no. Showing the cover kind of gives a little bit away.
No, but they don't know.
But
You don't even know.
You don't even know.
Unwelcome. Another one for this year. This was cool. This had little what would you call these? Almost like, what do they technically call them in the? This is, by the way, real Irish folklore. Real in the sense that it was taken in
Leprechauns?
some kind of leprechauns. But what did they call them in here?
Nymphs? Pixies?
So they're called red caps, but they are kind of like.
Oh yeah, I googled what
Yeah,
red
you
cap meant
Google it.
before.
So it is
Yeah.
partially true lore,
Yep.
Irish lore. Sure, if someone watches, like, fuck you, But it was cool. I liked it. A little bit like CGI embellishment, a bit on the creatures, but there was some practical. I only say it because I hate when I listen to a review and no one mentions the effects. Only because I'm, we hate CGI here, at least in the horror genre. And I'll listen to a review from somebody and it's like a creature feature and they don't once mention the effects.
If the
and
whole thing is
no, I'm just like,
CGI.
dude. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was cool. I enjoyed it. This was awesome. Vacation of Terror Part 1 and 2. Mexican films, I believe. So Vinegar Syndrome, thank you so much. I remember hearing about these back in the day. And then to just go from like hearsay to like this, like to this edition. Both films.
Why does it look like a tabletop game? Like
Tabletop game.
Like it looks like a D&D book. Like
Oh, really?
a book cover, yeah.
Yeah.
Vacation of Terror 1 and 2. It's like edition 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. So these are 89 and 90. So some obscure Mexican horror, which Mexican horror usually delivers. Anyway, I watched this months ago. But I do remember significantly liking the second one more than the first, but both very fun.
Robert said the Unborn edition is too sexy. Top of my want list. Definitely make that the next movie you buy.
Check out
So good.
Amazon Germany might still have them. If not, yeah, you might have to like look elsewhere. I don't know. VHS 99. Here's another Shutter Steelbook. Not as good. We loved last year's VHS. That was nominated for Indie or whatever. It's not as good as last year's, but it was good. It was more hit or miss, whereas last year's all the segments were great. That's a nice steelbook. So cool. This one is the one I was thinking about earlier from Second Run, The Virgin and the Monster, but it also goes by Beauty and the Beast. It's Your As Hers. It's his adaptation, his fucked up adaptation of the classic Beauty and the Beast story. I love this edition. I love that they used. I'm getting a bag
That's interesting.
I love that artwork. Your As Hers. I love him. He did Did he do The Cremator? It's a Czech filmmaker. I just hope I'm not confusing him with someone else. Can you look him up real quick?
Yeah, I need to see.
Almost positive he did The Cremator, which is a incredibly haunting pre-Holocaust horror film, essentially. But I'm almost positive. Just brain fart. I don't want to confuse him with someone else, but I'm almost positive he did The Cremator. Excuse
The
me.
Cremator? It would have
Yeah.
been old or new?
Yeah, like 70s.
Oh, 1969, The Cremator.
All right, that's him.
Yeah.
So anyway, love that film. But yeah, this is a fucked up version of Beauty and the Beast. There's some great, as always with him, great visuals, lots of great imagery. So happy to have this this upgrade.
R.I.P. He died April 8th, 2018.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
The Woman
George
Eaters.
Hurd.
Another this black and white crazy creature.
Yes.
We talked about plant horror earlier.
Yeah.
This will be part of
Yeah.
our plant fest. And this will be a first time watch once again. Some of these like cheesy monster flicks. Love that artwork. Only a DVD. So maybe some, you never know. Woman Eater might get a Blu-ray sometime. Guys, I'm last couple of movies and then there's some box sets. And then we're done. White Reindeer. Oh my god, I love this movie. Black and white. This is a, oh man, where's this from? Swedish?
I think.
I read about that one. That's actually
Yeah.
in my notebook.
So good. Really? It's
Yeah,
so
it's
good. Great winter film, folk horror, snow, antlers. It's essentially a witch film. Oh my god, I love this film so much. But finally upgrade. I can give you the DVD. Do I still have it? But I didn't give it away already. Oh. I might give
That's
it
the
to
movie
Jay.
that made me research what's the difference between a reindeer and a
that's right.
caribou.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
So she's
And-
great, this lead actress.
They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's-
Ahead of its time, guys.
Caribou is wild, reindeer is domesticated.
Here's one of the great
Oh, wow.
great images from the. You can see
Yeah,
there.
it's amazing.
So if you like antlers and snow and
When the horns come out.
White Reindeer by Eureka. I watch this every winter, and if you're like Sam as well, if you love folk horror, it's a must-have, and like witch elements. And speaking of which, the final film before we do the few box sets, and we're done. Witch's Mountain by Mondo Macabro. This was the first time I watched too, and great release. This is this a Spanish film? Yep, Spanish from 1972. Cool gothic Spanish film, very downbeat.
Is that just about their boobies? Witch's Mountain.
Oh my god. Have another beer.
That's just a metaphor for their boobies.
The evil bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't leave.
And so I really enjoyed that one. All right, guys, we are down to a
Woo!
few box sets, and then we're done.
You want to take a stretch? Minute stretch?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
I
All
made
right.
it this far.
That
Is
witch.
anyone still here?
There's 10
here.
people watching.
Wow.
Yeah. Me included.
My
so
brother might be
nice.
here. I saw him the link.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, him too.
Sweet.
So,
Well, my phone died. So I'm not
Casey's
actually-
here.
Oh, your
Oh,
phone
no.
do you have a charger?
Into the car.
Oh,
It'll
I
probably
gotta
fit
keep an eye on the
any
cat.
of these.
yeah, I know. You got no time.
He's busy
Coming
watching.
up behind you now.
All right, final few guys. Guys, thanks so much for making us part of your evening. Appreciate it. And for anyone
Thank you.
who will be watching later, again on syndication, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it.
Robert and Casey are both here.
Cheers, guys.
Rudy just walked by in the background.
Hope you're having fun. Hang out in Nightmare Video tonight.
Cameo.
A few of these box sets you would have seen months ago from other collectors, but nonetheless. Don's Macabre Volume 1, which insinuates there'll be more volumes, which is great. From Seven, beautiful box set. I only had Lady Frankenstein on Blu-ray, and then I had a bootleg of Monster of the Opera, and then I didn't have the other two. So, two of these were completely new and just gorgeous. Not surprising coming from them. Nothing about it. The artwork's too good for
Are
me
there
not to
different
show.
versions of Lady Frankenstein?
It's not, no. It was just a different cover company that I put out. I have this artwork's too great to not show. I don't even know if you've already seen them.
Awesome.
This was really cool. That was the first time watch. This one's black and white. Not so. And this was black and white as well, 7th grade. So, as you would expect, great artwork and great presentation. I think I did watch these like consecutively at night. So amazing. If you haven't picked that up yet, pick it up. It's still available. This is super cool. I haven't watched any of this yet. In Search of Darkness. This was a Indiegogo campaign for a while. I got it later on, but this is a box set. It's a documentary on 80s horror in this cool box
That's
set here.
beautiful. Box.
Nice hard box.
Seriously.
Yeah. And again, I heard it's absolutely amazing. It's like a lot of hours. So this isn't a one-time watch. This would, even for me as no life, this would be a span of several days. But so a journey into iconic 80s horror. The artwork's great. So it's three parts. This is part 2. Again, look at this artwork here. And it came with posters for all these editions. I think I like that one best. This particular one has a slipcover.
That looks like a D&D book too.
Yeah, it does. This one, I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
It does. And the weird thing is, guys, it's kind of strange. I just want to at least mention this. I had to put these in these clear cases. I didn't do it for like aesthetics. I did it because the blue cases that were sent with these didn't all fit in this box, which is really annoying. Because the third one has a slip cover, so it made it tighter. So like, I was like, what the fuck? So I put them in the nice clears and they fit perfectly. So anyway, so yeah, I'll definitely dive into this at some point down the road. It came with this there's this lifetime member card. That's what I have to make for Nightmare Video. I gotta make this lifetime member, like bring it back in 30 days. So that's cool, man. It came with these full-size posters, really cool. So they're doing a 90s one too. Like you can go on Indiegogo and back that. But thanks, Shelly, for helping.
There. Sent you up.
He's trying to make a guest appearance again.
Rudy.
I think he sees that ring. This one.
Take them off, man.
Jump through it.
We'll be up soon. Take them off. This was so definitely. This will be nominated for best release of the year.
Oh wow.
Mexico Macabre. So I had these all on DVD by a label called Casa Negra, and man, I would watch those DVDs all the time. Black and white Mexican horror, definitely inspired by Universal, but great, absolutely great films. And the funny thing when this came about, I was messaging a friend because I'd watched, I don't know, one of those films I'd watch maybe every year or maybe every other year. I'd watch them all. And the one night I watched them, and I messaged a friend literally that night. I said, "When are these ever gonna get a Blu-ray?" And I was like, "It'd be so cool if these got a box set." And literally an hour later, before I went to bed, I saw Indicator's post on Instagram that they were releasing this. It was so weird. So that was so cool. So again, I would complain like I did earlier that Indicator did the slim cheap digis, which I wish they would have done what they did with some of the other box sets with the Scanal case. But nonetheless, I always love this image from The Witch's Mirror.
Oh wow.
I have this on our wall up in our classic horror room. Comes with a bunch of art cards. Again, I would like to frame some of these. These are lobby card reproductions. So if you haven't picked this set up and you love black and white horror, it's an absolute must. Mexican horror is fantastic. I don't have to show you all these, but I'll at least show you the digipacks are cheaper, but I mean they nailed the artworks.
Awesome.
With the Mexican Smash Tyrant and Brainiac.
Why does that one look so familiar? I swear I've seen that cover.
You probably have. Like these are well respected. Yeah, guys, if you're on the fence with this, please pick this up.
Robert asked, "Do you own any media books of Extro?"
We have the So if you want to grab
Yeah.
that, it's on the bottom shelf.
You know exactly where it is. Okay, which
Don't
one?
drop
Right
it.
here.
No, the actual extra.
Oh, this
The
guy.
bust, yeah. Yeah. So we own this awesome, which actually comes with a media book. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So this
It's
is
beautiful.
very heavy too. Yeah, it's a little
Dusty.
dusty. So it does come with a media book inside this. So Blu-ray. Yeah, this is what a fun film. This is really heavy too, guys. So this is a German release. So yeah, we love Extra. After a very weird film.
What era is that from?
That's 80s Australian. Really weird alien film.
I'm
I'll
trying to
say,
figure out if it was alien or demon.
yeah, it was alien. I'll save, I guess, the best for this one. Villages of the Damned. I'm saving this for October. 3 horrors from Spain. Haven't seen any of these films, which is so
Awesome.
exciting. As someone who is very into Spanish horror, that's what's so great about it. You just don't know what's going to come out. You could think something's too obscure and it'll come out. That's why it's just such a great time to be alive for a horror fan. I love this actress. She's great. So 3 films. Yeah, like a slipcover and a slipcover. It's amazing.
Oh, the
Vinegar
keys.
Syndrome, just killing it. More artwork, if that wasn't enough. And the 3 films are called, they're all in Spanish, so I'm not going to bother. It's too late. I've had too long of a week.
Casey said, "In Search of Darkness rules. I watched them on Shudder."
Awesome. Yeah, every single person who's told me said it's a fantastically done documentary. Anders Zulawski, another one of my favorite filmmakers. So happy to have this box set. This will probably be up for best release of the year. The story on this one, so these are his films. On the Silver Globe, which I think is one of the best sci-fi kind of fantasy dystopian films ever. Third Part of the Night and the Devil, which are on 1 disc. So those 3 films previously only had DVD releases, and they weren't very good DVD releases. So I'm super, especially on the Silver Globe, which just Google that film and look at some of the imagery and visuals for that, and you'll just looking at the images alone, you'll realize why a Blu-ray release is so exciting. So I'm going to be so happy to. Essentially, the DVD I had, I think, was borderline VHS quality. Man, let me try to take these out. It's a little tight. That's very tight. Maybe not. Anyway, so he's most known in the horror world for Possession, masterpiece, of course, one of our favorite films. But his other films are great too. Shamanka, which I have right here. Show that. Cool edition of Shamanka. Just happened to be right next to me. He just has such a distinct filmmaking style, very frenetic, intense. But yeah, so excited to have these films on Blu-ray. So yeah, they just came out from Eureka. All right, final 2, literally the final 2, guys.
Oh.
Charles,
Drink.
what are you guys doing tonight? Let me know. And let me know too, guys. Like, I appreciate you being here. I want to come back in October and do an update. Whatever we get between now and October, I'll show, and then just kind of see what you guys are doing for the month, our favorite month. And then I'll see you guys again in January to wrap the year up. But again, check out the podcast. There's only a few episodes, but Cannibal Holocaust. Follow me on Instagram at Modern Horror Words and at Horrors Ball. So tonight, after we're done here, we're going to watch a film that won Best Picture 2 years ago on the Hornies, and Sam hasn't seen it yet. He loves folk horror, called Seder. Want to grab it for me, Michelle? It's might as well give a pub for this movie since this Blu-ray's still. So if you go to the left of Possession, Seder should be right.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So this release, guys, I was just telling Sam this how to me, Cauldron had this sale, and this guy, I think this dropped down like $17, and like no one was buying. Like this should be sold out, people. So this won Best Picture, meaning Best Horror Film of the Year, on my award show 2 years ago. And this beautiful edition. See like the glisten there of our eyes. If you love folk horror, atmospheric Amazing film. No one talks about it. I applaud Cauldron for releasing it. Get a poster with it too. Anyway, we're gonna watch this again when we're done here. But go to Cauldron right now and pick this film up.
All right.
Amazing edition. Won Best Picture. Amazing film. And the more you, I'm not gonna say anything, but the more you deep dive into this film and learn about the director and how personal of a film this is and how portions of it are true. For example, this woman here is his real grandmother, and they believed in this satyr myth. I don't want to say myth, but to them, but it's learning
Amazing.
about the direct. I was unaware the first time I seen it about the actual like true side of it.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and then after we had seen it, and it just made it all the more incredible.
Casey said, "I'm looking forward to your October live stream."
Fuck yeah, man! I'll see you then, Casey. All right, guys, we got a couple more, and that's it. Arrow Video. Talk about strictly speaking of like badassery. Look at this. They made a video store called Arrow Store. It's super heavy, so kind of matches good with Nightmare Video.
Yeah.
Look
It
at
kind
that.
of looks like the home
Screenshot.
Movies. It looks like the home movies box set.
Right. Yeah, it does. So super heavy, and look at Arrow did it right. This is what I wish Indicator did. They're not the Scanavo cases, but they use the regular thick. They're regular cases, not like these little digipacks. Anyway, I applaud Arrow for that. Came with Cellar Dweller. It has Jeffrey Combs in it. Cool 80s. These were it's a company that like basically made this Empire. It comes with like a fake magazine, which is really cool, called Arrow Video Magazine. It's a nice touch.
Cute.
So anyway, these are all related in the fact that they're like the same production. I mean, some of these are like Full Moon related, but was it Empire? Was the company? I don't remember. Anyway, Cellar Dweller, great artwork. Love all these films. Dolls. Yeah, these have all been released before on Blue, all but Arena wasn't. Some of them. Dungeon Master. Oh, that's a fun one. Robot Jocks. One of my least favorite of the bunch, but still fun. And then Arena, we love this one. Fun, cool, like takes place in space. There's all these like awesome space creatures, and they like fight each other in an arena. Super cool. It's great practical effects and costumes. So happy to have this on Blu-ray. We have the hard box and the VHS of it. So I mean, this is just the creativity. It's not just the films that get released, but like it's just the incredible creativity that goes with it. It's just like, come on. What a time to be alive.
Wait, look at those two on the side fighting with a lightsaber. No, flip it over. The side.
Those aren't lightsabers. Those
It
are,
looks like
those
they're
are
eyes?
eye lasers.
Eye lasers.
See that?
That's great.
One of them's got a
good.
blaster.
I love it.
There you go.
I love
This really does look good, right? You guys can see that really nice, right?
it. That is great.
I didn't even know they made stuff like that, honestly.
Is that Madonna?
That's amazing.
Madonna.
Doesn't it look like Madonna?
It
Like,
does.
yeah.
It does.
Good Madonna.
Just sharing a cigarette
right.
with them. Cryptid.
Yeah.
Cryptid with a broken arm.
Who's that girl? Huh?
Who's that? Girl?
All right, guys, this is it. This is the final set. What, 3 hours? I'm ready to watch Seder and have another beer, and I'll clean this up another day. Charles, guys, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for spending this Saturday night with me, and for anyone watching this later. 3 hours. Watch it on your convenience.
Casey said, I really want the Arrow video set. I need that Dolls Blu-ray. I missed out on
yeah,
the
dude.
Scream Factory Dolls Blu-ray. Yeah,
Get it, man. It's still a bit.
definitely.
I think Diabolic has it for like 65. Pretty sure.
The whole set?
Yeah. Which if you added
Nice.
those individually, you know. So this is the final one. I guess I intentionally saved this, but I would say this. I mean, it's tough with so many great releases. This is probably going to be the favorite for in Vegas. In the lines to be best release of the year, Razorback.
Oh, love it.
One of my all-time favorite creature features. In my mind, it's the most beautiful looking creature feature. Meaning the cinematography mixed with the Australian outback and the colors, the sunsets, the night shots have a lot of like fog and blue hues, and then the daytime sun shots, of course, with the oranges and reds. So it's I don't know who shot it, but an amazing job. It's definitely one of the most gorgeous looking creature features, and then plus the Razorback itself, practical, animatronic, isn't shown a lot, which I think sometimes is for the better, but just such an awesome film. Look at that. So it comes with, this is so cool, thick ass.
Oh,
This is the
I want to read that.
full, yeah, definitely. I think we're gonna bring this
It's
to work
amazing.
and read this. So this is the essentially the film adaptation, the actual book.
It's
Wow.
of the
crazy.
film. And this is like, you guys,
I've never seen that.
this is like super high quality. You can see the
It's like a-
Seriously.
Show how thick it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a textbook.
Yeah. And then there's just photos in the bottom half, like you can
There
see
is,
the
yeah.
different color. But still,
Yeah, so the back
it's
of
a
it
lot.
has like the different posters.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like awesome. And like after the actual book, there's anecdotes and stuff.
Behind the scenes.
Hold this, Sam, for
It's
Wow.
tell them how
heavy,
quality
it's
that
so
it's heavy.
awesome.
Yeah, it's they don't make books like this anymore.
No,
No.
It's
exactly.
like school book fair, like hardcover.
Right.
It is school book fair. Great example.
Throwing the whole book at him.
Throw the book at him.
That's one to close out with, though. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And some lottery cards. And here's the actual film. So in case you forgot, it's an actual movie. So you get a
Oh,
slip
it's so
cover
good.
with more artwork, and that wraps around the back. It's like a paint. Look at that.
Wow.
It's so
And that does a good job, I think, kind of like conveying the
yeah, it's a
vibe
nice
of the film.
interpretation
Yeah.
and
And
representation
then
of
more artwork. This is 4K, by the way, so I don't remember if
Yeah.
I said it earlier. We're gonna finally treat ourselves with a 4K player this Christmas. So we have like
We gotta
we're not the
make
type, we don't have the money like some of these people. I gotta upgrade all my Blu-rays to 4K. Are you kidding me? So we're gonna pick our spots, but we already have a decent selection. Like Creep Show came out recently in 4K. We'll get that. What was the other one I said? Nightbreed. Maybe My Bloody Valentine. This one's here and there, but I'm not gonna come on. So there you go. That's amazing. Oh, and there's something else. There's that. So there was
There's
a
two more
there was a
things.
T-shirt. You want to grab the shirt?
Yeah.
It's over there. This is
I think
actually
that
Shelly's
needs to be shown.
shirt.
That's about
Yeah.
set right there. Like,
Well, you had that. So
it just kept coming.
yeah. No
like-
phone charges.
Yeah, that's what she said. Look at this, guys. She's gonna show this.
Oh, no.
Came with a shirt. Cool thing about the shirts now, sometimes you get those free shirts that are kind of lame. Look at the stuff on the back
This
too.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt.
quality.
Look at that.
Amazing.
Big print. Yeah, so like,
Wow.
and so for the record, guys, so
Oh.
it's available on Umbrella's website. And again, if you spend $100, you get free shipping. But there are different levels to this set, though. So this is like, I got the deluxe version, which is the most expensive. But you could just get this set and like just the box itself. And there might even just be like just the
Just there.
just the 4K and the slipcover, which is cheap, So there's different levels. I know this is limited, so I don't know if the deluxe set, what I got, is still available, but at the very least, I think this or the simple set. But anyway, this was the main reason I got the deluxe version. I just had to have it, especially for the store we have. Maybe let me know if you guys would like to see like a store tour. But this is like the biggest reason. Look at that. I had to have the Razorback.
Wow.
Because we have like on the other side of these video shelves, we have some like hooks with some small figures, and this had to be a Nightmare Video. This is exclusive to the the deluxe edition. Had to have and it's a solid looking figure. Like
It's
looks
so cute.
It looks like him though. Yeah, it's you guys
The big old
can't
head.
see shit, but it is modeled very well after the actual Razorback in the film. You got the I think it says collect the other ones. There is no other. Yeah, collect them all. Collect them all to take out the Razorback.
Look at
That's
that
awesome.
mouth on the back.
Oh, it has the truck too. Like
Yeah.
I wish these really did all exist, but there really isn't others to collect. But yeah, we had to have this for the store. So, but yeah, all that, and it was the poster, right? There was a poster that came with it.
Oh yeah, it was folded.
Yeah, so
It's somewhere.
shirt, poster,
Yeah.
figure. But again, you could go on their site and see, and then there's like this cheaper version, so you don't have to, you know, go the full route.
Robert said I can feel my bank account draining after this update. Fantastic stream. Chars.
Right on, man. Charles.
Chars, Robert.
Yeah, y'all. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you saw some, hopefully some, you know, a lot of it obviously is stuff you guys have seen or have, but hopefully there's some gems that piqued your interest. And you guys take care, stay scared, and for anyone watching later on, welcome and thanks for watching. Comment, please comment, because I'll see the comments later. Yeah, we're gonna go watch Seder. Pick that up on Calder Films, guys. Best picture 2 years ago on the Hornies. Doesn't get the love it deserves, like so many films, sadly. Yeah, and seriously, I'll see you guys in October. Enjoy your September. We'll see you in October. Do it up. Chars, everybody. Later. I'm out. We're out.
Chars.
Good night now.
Now you have to awkwardly turn it off.
No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. They can't
Block
see.
it out.
They
like
can't
that.
see the
Smooth
awkwardness.
transition.
They
It
can't
actually
see
really
the
is,
awkwardness.
I'm actually a
God.
Mystery Science Theater a little bit. Like it's the same.